Okay. Should be good to go. Alright, you're about to kill me. Well, not kill me, but hurt me. Okay. So just continuing the playthrough I was doing before. I'm a little bit further ahead. I finished level 2. And I've been collecting things such as... Why is there 2 Zoras on the screen? I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't remember ever putting 2 Zoras on the screen. Huh. Well, I didn't need that. Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I can get at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look at my own quest and see. So, you can still cheese this, meaning you can get across here without the upgraded boomerang. I don't think, I mean, I should say I know it doesn't do damage because even before I knew it was possible, you couldn't do anything. I don't really have the biggest issue with that being possible because I don't think... it breaks anything. Hi, Emily. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna break it. Oh, but I don't know if you saw my latest bug report about a button item mysteriously vanishing when you like quit out of ZC. Also, not seeing chat on stream. Oh, maybe you hopped in just a little too early. I don't know. Yeah, it seems to be behaving fine now. My only guess is maybe you chatted so soon after I started that it didn't catch it. I don't know. The thing I have for chat is very finicky with YouTube. It works seamlessly with Twitch 24/7, but YouTube it tends to sometimes not work. Yeah. Yeah, it's very odd. I don't know how to explain it other than just like I did everything I could think of to try to work out any possibility other than it, but it's literally only when you quit out of ZC and go back in. So, I don't know. It also just kind of like figures because I moved to the engine subscreen to not have to deal with buggy subscreen behavior, and yet this is a bug that's very identical to one I have with my scripted ones. Oh, well, I yeeted him and them down. Can I yeet you guys down too? Oh, yeah, before they even came up. Heck yeah. And it's just very unfortunate. Some global variable. Yeah. I figure it's probably it's got to be something somewhat simple. Like something's not being saved. Like that it's got to be something like that. Come on, someone go this way so I can... There we go. Oh, twofer. Well. Nice health. Yep, okay, that dialogue's still there. Okay, so I didn't remove this music. If it's only on closing, it can't be that. Oh. If it's only on closing, it can't be that. If it's not being saved, it would break anytime you'd reload. Yeah, I don't know. So the deal is, first time you load after booting ZC bug. Oh, I see. So there's music playing right now. I only want this music to play Desert Wasteland. I only want that to play after you've triggered secrets. So what I might do, this should be a very easy script since I literally have code that is like set DMAP. I gotta like find it within music. I don't know. What can I search for that is a good handle? Because I could play enhanced music. Get play enhanced music. Because basically, once screen secrets are triggered on basically any of these screens, probably this screen actually, I want it to set the music. Won't save through save and quit, so you need to reset that on loading the save file. Oh, unloading the save file. So could I basically do that in my global script then? Like not even have an FFC or anything, just have, or yeah, on save load global slot. Okay. Okay, so let's go. This seems like this would be a super easy script. So I'm also going to pause this because I'm going to want to test it with a test load. Why do I lose my things every single time? I need to order them alphabetically or something. Okay, so on save load. On save load. You need something to handle. Couldn't I just like inside of this? Oh wait, you're saying I would still need to play it, right? Play enhanced music. I mean, I have scripts for that. That's easy enough. Like I literally have a play enhanced music. I saw it in here a second ago. Well, I guess it's a boss music script, which basically is like, play music. That's fine. Hello.
I'm muted. Hello. So basically the unsave load slot runs when you load a existing save file once for I think it's only for one frame.
Okay, so you can't have loops in there or something?
I don't think you can have a wait frame in there. I might be wrong on that. You can double check the documentation. I don't think unsave load is multi-frame. I think on launch is multi-frame, which is like, and that's multi-frame because it's designed to be used for like a custom title screen.
Okay.
But on save load will only run when you're loading pre-existing save, so it won't run when you create a new save. Similar to how the init script will only run when you're creating a new save, not when you're loading an existing save. On launch then runs when you create a new save or load an existing save, so it always runs.
Okay.
So those are basically designed in that way around each other.
Wait, you said on run?
On.
Or did you mean on save load?
I said, which ones did I say? There was on save load. There is
init.
There's init.
Yeah.
The global script init is another one.
Right.
And then there's on launch is the other one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I have
on launch
here.
Save load and init are basically a trio because they function kind of similarly. But yeah, so on save load will basically, what you'll want to do basically is you'll have some sort of script on the screen or whatever that's detecting hey, here's the secrets. And then
Play the area
uh
music, right?
yeah, so it would want. I don't
Yeah.
know if setting the current DMAP's music immediately plays it or not, so I assume you would need to play it. You'd also want to set it.
Well, that'd be
And
fine. Yeah.
then thirdly, you would set some sort of global variable. Then the onsave load script would check that global variable, and if it's set, it will then set the DMAP music again.
Oh, okay. The way I thought
That
I would do it
way
is
it stays set when you save and quit and come back, basically.
that's a way to do it. The way I thought I was gonna do it was check what is set to it, and if it doesn't match, then set it. Otherwise, do nothing. Would that also work?
That like if you're doing that, what you would.
Not that it matters to me how I do it. It just needs to be done.
I don't. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you're saying it's better to just do it by variable, then that's fine.
Yeah, because like
It could just be a config B that's like, is this DMAP music set? Set it to true, and then
well, it can't be a constant because then you can't change it.
Oh well, yeah. Okay.
And you want it to change when you trigger secrets, so it needs to be something that changes. So it would need to be a variable.
Okay. I have a variable.
So now basically on save load, you'll just do if that variable. Then you'll need to set the DMAP's music. So you'll want DMAP data DM equals game arrow load DMAP data, and then game arrow cur DMAP. You have one down there in the results there that's doing basically the same thing. Except that one's just doing an arrow directly off of the load DMAP data, which I mean, I guess you can do that, but it's probably better to save the DMAP data in a variable and then just do DM arrow whatever. So
I think I did it here because I didn't need it. I'm guessing.
yeah, but yeah, so just cut it off at that last arrow and then make that the next line is DM and then that arrow. Except that's get music. So you actually want I assume it would just be set music, but let me check documentation.
And then I put the string of the song I want, right?
I'm just going to double check.
That's what I'd assume.
DMAP data set music sets the DMAP's enhanced music to the file name. Yep, it is just a string.
So
I was wondering if it would have like a track number or anything, but that doesn't have that. That would be set separately. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I've been interacted with enhanced music in script, it's always usually with just direct strings or like a DMAP set music.
Yeah, I think the play enhanced music takes a string and a track number though.
Oh, it does. Yeah, I always just put 0 because I don't use that.
Yep, that is fair. It's just I didn't know if set music would be setting the track or not.
Yeah.
Also, if you're using audio arrow play enhanced music, you can also just not put the track number now, because
Oh, that's nice. I've always had to.
it has an optional parameter, so it will just put 0 if you don't do it.
Yeah, see,
And
I've always had to do that.
Well, I was gonna say technically it's more efficient too, but if you're typing the literal number 0, then that's actually not true because the compiler optimizes the constant out in the same way.
Okay, because I always have
The
put
compiler
zeros
has
at the
gotten
end.
very efficient over the last few years, as Connor and I have both added optimization after optimization. It just does so much now.
So
So that will now set the music when you load the save. So now you'll need the FFC or whatever to change the music, which then will just be, hey, wait for secrets to be triggered, and then set the music and set the variable.
I just realized, would it be better as an FFC, or could I? Because like in my global scripts, I have a on-screen change function.
Well,
I forgot
you want it to happen immediately when you trigger the secrets, though, right?
Well, yeah, but
so waiting for screen change wouldn't
You're also you're not going to be on any of the screens when secrets are triggered. I guarantee
okay,
that.
so you're not.
Yeah. Like so basically,
I mean, in that case, there's still no reason to. I think an FFC is best. Just to.
well, but then I
throw
would
it
need to
in.
have an FFC like on every screen, wouldn't I?
Oh well, where? Okay, how is this secret working? Because I do not
So-
have context for what you're doing.
So the structure here, you go in there, you finish the events there, and then when you finish the events there, it triggers secrets and basically this screen, this screen, this screen, this screen, this basically just this little village here.
Okay, what is triggering those secrets?
Killing a boss inside.
So FFC in the room with the boss detecting, hey, when boss dies, change the music and set the variable.
Yes, but will that still handle like playing the music?
If you're not on the screens where you need the music to play, then you don't need to play the music.
Okay, true.
It's the only reason you need to play it is if you need it to play immediately when you trigger the secrets or whatever. So if you're not on those screens and you don't want the music that is currently playing to when you kill the boss to change, then you wouldn't do that.
9:52. I think it's that one. Awesome time for that autosave. Yeah, okay. So it's this screen that does it. So I'll need that FFC here.
Yeah. Or actually, you could even is the boss scripted?
The boss doesn't exist yet, but it will be scripted.
You could put it in the boss's death script.
Yeah. I guess I could create like a placeholder script for it.
Yeah.
Well, boss. I don't want to name it that. Actually, I think I do have a name for it. I just need to. I just need to find it. Then I can actually name the script what it will be. Morsa.
Hey, Soma.
I'm so bad at finding these. Okay. Morsa. Okay.
So, is the boss going to have a death animation?
Yes.
This arrow immortal equals true.
Okay.
Then, while this HP is greater than 0.
Wow, it's greater than 0. Yeah.
And that for now, that's just going to be wait frame because it's a placeholder script. That'll be whatever it does while it's alive.
Right.
And then after that loop, it's dead. So in the function still though.
Yeah.
So then here we would then set the Ori Village music set equals true. And then we set we do the same thing as the on save load script, so you can go copy those 2 lines. Oh, except
It would just be this, right?
By the way, I don't know why my brain did not think it's not game card DMAP. It's the DMAP number of the of that DMAP.
Yeah.
We both overlooked that.
Yeah. So it would it be like get DMAP?
Just is there a get DMAP by a DMAP name option?
That'd be convenient.
Get DMAP.
Oh yeah, hey Soma.
Here it is there game get DMAP? Get the DMAP whose name exactly matches name. Yes, there is. That is a thing that exists.
Oh, actually by string.
Otherwise. Capital M on DMAP.
So
now, generally, I would not recommend this for anything that needs to run a bunch, but this is running
once
on boss death, so that
Yeah.
runs once on one frame one time in the quest, so that's not a bad time to use this. If you're doing something in a loop, though, you would want to do that once and store it in a variable, and then whatchamacall, just use the variable afterwards to save it.
Right. Okay, so then I guess the only thing left would probably be actually putting the boss here, huh?
And also you want to back to the boss script though. And finally at the end, this immortal equals false, so that it actually dies.
Oh, you're doing the demon wall.
No, this is the Morsa.
Oh, I just see demon wall in the script name there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the script above it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hi, I had to fiddle with my sound settings. My mic was off because I bought a new one, so I had to switch back to my internal for a bit.
Fun. Yeah, so basically, by setting immortal to true there, you then are checking the HP for while it's alive. Then you can put another loop after that loop for whatever conditions you need, take however many frames you need to do a fancy death animation. And you can do that either before or after you do the music set.
yeah.
I guess that depends on That's interesting. I wonder. I think you want to do it before because the edge case. This is like one of the things where the order only matters in a very specific edge case. And the edge case is what happens if the user were to like save and quit in the middle of the death animation.
Oh, so make sure it's the second I determine that he's dead.
No, you want the death animation. No. Actually, the other way around, because the boss won't be marked as dead by the engine until it dies in the engine after the this immortal equals false. So you want the music set to happen at the same time that the immortal gets false.
Okay.
So after the death animation.
So like literally like this right before it.
Yeah. So what'll happen now if they save and quit in the middle of the death animation, the boss won't be dead and they'll have to fight it again, which
That'd
sucks
be
for
their
them.
fault. Yeah.
Their fault, exactly. And that is the better way for the edge case to be handled. The other way it would be handled, well, it still being alive isn't actually a question. That's not a way to fix that. That happens either way. The only difference would be it would be alive, but the music would be changed as though it had died, which would be weird.
Yeah, not the intention.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that ordering just fixes that.
I'm usually
guess.
entranced by exploding to even think about saving and quitting because I'm relieved that I beat it or whatever the case.
Yeah. To be fair, you can also prevent the user from saving and quitting during a death animation if you so desire, because you can just disable F6 for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like freeze the player entirely, right? I want to say I've seen that happen.
Yeah, for a scripted
Is this different?
death animation,
Oh.
what
Well, you continue your thing.
so
I mean,
for scripted death animation, you can just use input disable key and disable key F6.
Okay.
And set that to true before it, and then set that to false after it. If you're doing like an engine cutscene using only combo triggers, which is definitely a thing you can do now, you can use the cutscene combo type, and triggering that can start or end a cutscene. And when you start the cutscene, you can set what buttons are allowed to be used or not. And one of the ones you're able to control is F6. So you can do that in engine as well in that way.
I see. Thought I had a. Also, it VS Code's being weird. It like my folding got all messed up, and it's like folding on nonsense now.
Yeah, I don't
know why this has happened like twice. This is like the second or third time this has happened.
The only explanation I can give you is the CLang format crap, because I don't use that.
Well, and I guess it also happened around when I'm starting to get this error. Anytime it would like format stuff, I get this, and I don't know what to do about that.
Don't know what to tell you either.
And
Maybe Connor can help, but I have no guarantees of that either. My honest recommendation would be just don't use the ceiling format stuff and just keep things formatted correctly yourself.
well, I mean, that's basically what's happening while this is not working. So it is what it is.
Well, try disabling the extension because maybe it throwing those errors is what's screwing up your folding or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it most likely is.
That's kind of my point. The not that extension,
Oh.
the ceiling format extension, which
it's not popping up in this list, which is interesting.
oh wait, is what's happening that you have something set to be using, or is that not an extension? Is that a setting somewhere in?
It's
I don't know.
Clang.
I don't know. I don't use that, so I have no idea.
It's not a huge deal, but is this like all I would need for this then?
Yeah, that's a nice dummy script. It'll just the enemy will exist, and when you deplete its HP, it will set the music and then die.
Action script probably right.
Yep.
Gotta get it in there.
You can just smart assign.
Okay. I gotta get used to that being a thing.
Yeah, it just assigns everything to a slot that basically for any of the things that have numbered slots, basically anything that's not global or hero types, it'll just assign everything that's not assigned to the first available slot. And then for anything that is a global or hero, it will assign anything that has the exact same name as the slot. It first checks for a case-sensitive match, and if it doesn't find one, then it checks for a case-insensitive match. And I'm not sure what it does if there's multiple case-insensitive matches. I think it would probably just pick the first one or whatever.
All right, so let's give this a try.
In that case, it's kind of on you for having multiple case-insensitive matches for that.
Okay. No music's playing as expected. No. So I made sure that this works.
Big ball.
Oh, I forgot. You need one here too. Giant bomb checks. I'm not doing these. I couldn't care less. Although not having a lantern is making this a little yikes. But at least I know where to go.
Clearly, you just hit the control D.
L or control D.
Or, is it D or is it L? I don't know.
It's
one
L.
or the other. It's L. I thought it was D for some. No, D is the editor shortcut to toggle it. That's what I was thinking of.
Oops. I did not step on here. Okay, let's see what happens. Perfect. Works.
Now, what you have to do is save and then see if it still plays when you come back.
Although I'm pretty sure. Yep, it works.
Woo! Awesome. And you loaded in on this D map too, which that's the thing I was hoping to double check, is because the save load script needs to run before it loads the music for the D map for that to work properly, and it does. So that's good.
What's funny though is I didn't even do anything to the boss. I think because I didn't have anything set for it, it just instantly died.
Oh, did it have 0 HP?
I didn't give it health, so yeah.
Well, I mean, check the editor for it and see whatever that slot had. Yeah, 0 HP.
Yeah.
So yeah, it died.
Because
that is what happens when you have a 0 HP enemy, indeed.
Yeah, the second I went on there, I heard the secret sound like, huh, well, I didn't do anything, but okay.
Yeah, no, the boss just had no health.
Yeah. Well, perfect. So that works. Because I had
were you testing the state carryover after you kill it and the village is restored?
Yep, that's what's going on here.
Yeah,
notice how all the sand went away.
And the DMAP music, enhanced music being changed by script for that as well.
Yep.
And that saving through save and quit.
So the music only plays in that village after you've killed the Morsa, the boss of that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yep.
That's always a nice touch, having the music somewhere change after something happens.
And now the library will open.
Yep, the library. In fact, a lot of these, basically any house that has this little blue square outside of it that isn't open now opens. So like the shop will open. This gate here goes away, so you can actually come and go without going through caves.
Wowee.
You basically save the village, essentially. So, yeah, that was just another Demo 5 bucket list item I needed to do.
I also love
All optional, and some players will never even see it.
If players
one-
don't go in there, they won't ever see it.
One thing I just remembered because I noticed it is I love that the screen notes favorite command indents based on if a screen has notes or not.
I love that too. It is a little strange because it's inconsistent with how other stuff works, but it's easy for me to know if something's
It's
here.
not consistent with how all other stuff works. Drawing mode favorite commands also have a thing that's similar, and the view layer 2 and 3 is background. Favorite commands also do the same thing. They're like checkbox buttons, basically. That was added for the layer 2 and 3 as background, I think, and then it was added to other stuff after that.
Yes, this wasn't working. Sword tap. This is actually a note I had on here a while ago. There isn't a tink tink. That's a nice way of phrasing. Script for the guard. Link to open our village. Is made but no finished. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Oh wait, I should delete the part with the sound.
You can, by the way, do like shift home to.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? I never really use home and end in like text. I really should.
Oh, they're very useful.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, well, actually, that's not true. I've used it in IntelliJ when dealing with ENVs for some of our apps, because that was the only way I could do it nicely. Ugh, also, it's so annoying.
Page up, page down, home, and then they're all very useful.
Nice. That works.
Think, think, think.
Yep. And how many notes? I
That
need.
sign still readable after the explosion?
It's what?
Is that sign still readable after the explosion?
Yes.
That is a very sturdy sign.
You know, that's a fair point. It'd be fun if it also just kind of went away. Oh, I would need to make a separate. Oh, am I not?
Yeah. Also, it is an FFC, but I think you can use combo triggers to change it still.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. For some, I wasn't able to copy it in there. That's page 23.
Yeah, some of the editors, like, if you're not in the actual combo pages, you can't do everything or something. Some of these GUIs are still, like, pretty old and slightly janky. We've tried our best to make some of them better.
1, 0. Okay. Hopefully it's that simple.
And is that the same X state that the door is using?
That's using 1. Wonder why that's using 1. That very much could use 0. I'm just gonna set it to 0 and see what happens.
So if they use the same one, then what you'll end up noticing is that if either of them gets blown up, then when you leave and come back, they'll both be blown up. If you want both of them to be able to be hit as a hitbox, then I would recommend also setting them both to have the same number of copycat. Because that way, because what'll happen is like you could blow up just the sign, then walk out and back in, and then the door will be gone.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna keep them separate. Because then I'm also imagining if you somehow blow up the door without blowing up the sign.
Yeah. Like, so if you keep them separate, then they'll keep separate.
Yeah, which makes sense, actually. That was a good point. Because then I can also theoretically bomb the sign independent of the... I don't know how to aim this. I don't know what... Oops.
Oop.
Maybe like there. Well, that nicked both.
Those are pretty big.
When it says like a bomb boom, I don't know what all that actually means. Like, do I need to go here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the whole hitbox of the explosion, same as bomb flag. So the bomb would be the bomb before it explodes triggers it.
I see.
Like, you could maybe have like a button that needs weight on it, and a bomb before it explodes counts as weight on the button. and you might have like remote bombs or a long fuse bomb that you can place. And then you place that on the button and it holds it down, but then the weight goes off the button when it blows up.
You know what? Yeah. I actually have another thing, a little pointless detail thing that could be really cool. Page 23. So let's open this.
I'm not exactly sure how you do that fully in Engine. I don't know how you detect the lack of the bomb after.
Oh, where do I have an example of like a crater? I don't have them in here. Oh, where do I have an example? How about in my mind, where I have them everywhere?
Yeah.
So let's just drop that right there.
Sorry if you heard that.
Oh, good. We're gonna put this here, and we're actually gonna put. Oh, I didn't even see that. Let's put that on 2.
Oh, there's a convenient little crater right there by the stairs.
Yeah.
I think that's what he just placed.
Yeah, I just placed that there to not lose it.
Oh,
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on layer 1. This is going to... You know what, screw it. I'll give that its own... Well, no, I'll link that with the doorway, actually. I'm going to make it to where when you bomb this, it actually puts a little crater on the ground.
Now, so the question is, do you want it so that bombing just that will bomb the doorway as well? Or do you want it so you have to bomb the doorway for either of them to trigger?
I'm thinking you have to bomb the doorway for that to trigger. Oh, so it'd be a
Okay.
copycat then.
Yeah, so then you want the doorway in that to have a copycat and the same X state, but the ground wouldn't have the bomb boom itself.
So, wait, it would be the same X state still?
Yeah, so the copycat does... copycat is temporary. It is while you're still on the same screen. It is just when this triggers, that also triggers. The X state is what makes it remember when you come back.
Okay, so they both have to have the same copycat and X state then.
Yes, because the copycat will make them both trigger while you're on the screen, and the X state will make them remember when you come back.
Okay.
That's
Makes
basically the it's basically the two things that lock blocks do split up.
There.
Yeah, otherwise if you unlock and come back, it'll possibly relock if it's not set up right.
Yeah, because lock blocks, basically, when you unlock them, it copycats to all the other ones on the same screen, and it sets the screen's lock block screen state, which then, whatchamacall? Triggers them all when you come back. And X state was based on the lock block screen state, and copycat was based on the copycatting behavior of the lock blocks. So
Interesting. Did I not actually place that there? Because that's 1 1. That's 0 2. So then, yeah, 1 1 0 2. Why did all that trigger? Unless the hitbox is just bigger than I thought it was.
and that looks like it shouldn't have all triggered, but maybe the hitbox is just bigger. I think you can do like the C cheat hotkey does show hitboxes.
Oh,
Oh, it is actually a pure radius now.
yeah, I just
forgot
realized
about
that. It's actually a circle. Huh.
Yeah, it did not used to be that. So yeah, and it's the explosion is a bit less on the right than the circle is, so that probably explains the hitbox. Well, on that frame, but then it goes. So yeah, it's about the right size.
So it's like 2 combos, right?
Looks to be about.
So if I drop it like here. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
you probably just brushed the
Yeah.
thing with it.
Barely nicked it. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's done.
Also,
Nice.
you should probably also test triggering one, then leaving and coming back.
Oh. All right.
I think your setup is correct for it, but you might as well test it because testing is always good.
Let's do sign again. Oh, a little closer. Okay.
Yep. All good.
Nice.
Very good.
Woo.
Cool.
Wait, the still the
Oh, the FFC is still there.
Oh. Wait, what is making the FFC readable?
Where is
Is
the
that
I'm gonna
is that an FFC script?
Yeah, my signpost script.
Okay, you don't want to do a script. You want to use a signpost combo type. Because you can't remove the script with a trigger, but changing the combo type will make it no longer a signpost combo, so it will stop being readable.
So I've never actually used this before. Signpost. And there's a wizard. Look at that.
There is. So you pick the string.
I don't know what
Very
string
easy.
it is.
That is fair.
447. Can I actually search by? Oh wow, I can actually search by it. What do you know? That's the first
Yeah,
time
if it
I've
had
been
the,
able to
like-
do that.
Well, if it had like the arrow in front of it because you're looking at a next string, then that wouldn't have worked. But if you're looking at a string that's not like that, then directionality. So by default, you can read it from any side. So you probably want only readable from the bottom. So you would want to check.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you would only want bottom. Sometimes people leave sides.
Yeah, I kind of go back and forth on how I want that.
And then what else was on that reading tab? I forget, and I didn't look.
It's just the
Oh
button.
yeah, just the buttons. Yeah, so yeah, obviously.
And then
and then
offset. That seems right.
That seems weird to me, honestly.
Negative 15. Oh well, let's see what happens.
What? Where does it? Like just go back to the game right now and show where it is above your head, because that'll.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, no, that seems right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it seemed alright.
That's negative 15. Negative 15. That's that is not where it is in. Well, you still do it as an FFC.
Oh, I can. Okay, I was gonna say because it's not like.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you still use the FFC. It's just you don't use the FFC script.
Right. Okay.
Because then just like the signpost combo type works on FFCs. Oh, and you will need the FFC to be. There will be the rub. Show of solidity for a moment, because that will need to be a solid FFC.
Yeah.
So, okay, but that tree isn't solid, so that doesn't block you.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you need to push up against the solidity for it to detect. Basically.
All right.
The second A should be an E, by the way, and permanently.
Oh. Permanent.
Permanently.
Yeah. Typoed that. Did I not copy over the stuff? Because like it should have been 0, 2. Huh. Well, now it triggered. It's still solid too. Whoops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I?
I mean, you.
Because now it's no different than my current scripted. Well, actually, it is different because it's not doing the prompt, but solidity is still there.
Yeah. You okay? Now for the stupid time, you can add a new FFC script to it that just checks, hey, when my data changes, then don't be solid anymore.
And it's almost not even a big deal, except just the developers will know. But,
Yeah, I don't know if a player would realistic. I mean, this is something that a player might go, "Huh, that's weird. Oh well," and then just continue on. So like,
love the other signpost is being up there still.
Well, that's obviously a separate issue.
Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, you just didn't delete it. You just moved it, but yeah, no, it's just
I think
Funny,
it's
we can get
fine.
either anyway in the wall as you're saying that.
This is one of those things where it's like, if
I
I
mean,
have free time, I'll just fix it.
it would be a simple enough script if you wanted to just write it quick. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure, I guess.
So it'll just be an FFC script stop solids or something like that.
Become not solid.
Sure. And our lovely void run. So now we want to declare int start data equals this arrow data. And then while this arrow data is equal to start data, wait frame.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't need the braces. It's just the wait frame. And then it'll be, what is the?
Because now we have to change its solidity, right?
Yeah, I just need the.
There's actually another
constant.
script that I want to do this. So this is it's actually good we're doing this. Because I have another script specifically that does this. That I will need this functionality.
Okay. Then this arrow flags.
And that's an array, right?
Yeah, at index ffcf underscore solid. Oh, gotta love the autofill. And yep, that is it.
So
Become not solid once that changes. You may, in fact, you likely need to run script on screen init with this script.
Makes sense.
Because you need it to run to get that start data before the X state changes the combo, which also happens on init. I think the script on init would run first, though.
Oh,
I
shoot.
think. I'm not actually certain. If that doesn't work, then you may need to supply the combo as init, which would be annoying.
Oh, it works.
Woo! Perfect.
Yep.
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
It wasn't temporary.
Didn't persist.
No, right. It didn't persist because that's what I. Okay, yeah, no, because the run on screen and it didn't work, right? Nope, that's the thing I was saying. So, what you're gonna want to do then? Yeah, so the start data isn't working. So what you're gonna need to do is actually give, start data as well. Actually, what you could do is something extra stupid. Now, the question is, do you think you'll need to use this for something that you need to become not solid that isn't also becoming invisible?
I mean, the other scenario where I
Possible.
said I could use this is basically like an NPC that goes somewhere else. So it would
So
become
they're
invisible.
gone.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if it's just removing, then we can use a consistent setup. So
I could use that here and there then?
So yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the is equal to start data to not equal 1. And then you can just get rid of the int start data equals line because we aren't using start data anymore. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go to your signpost and you're going to set its combo change to negative its own combo ID -1. So just so the combo 5934 in the combo editor.
Yeah. Oh, in combo editor. I see. This guy.
So then go to shut up Windows. So
here.
now negative 5933.
Oh, I see. You're changing it to 1.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. Well, it makes sense.
Because combo 0 would kill the FFC script before it can finish. Actually, would that also kill its solidity?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can't we just use combo 0 then?
Would combo 0 kill its solidity? I don't know that. Let me double check the codes.
I mean, I could find out right now.
I mean, yeah, if you just unset the script and then do that, you can test it. I can also probably find it out.
Well, I just said it. I just set it to change from its combo number 20. So
Yeah, you also need to make sure the script isn't. Well, the script is set not equal to 1, so it
oh
wouldn't
shoot,
do it. For
I
0.
actually didn't recompile. There we go.
Where is?
Oops. I'm so not used to being able to select other stuff. Also, it just occurred to me there's... Oh, that worked. It's sending it to combo 0 worked, at least for that. Yep, that actually straight up worked.
Really? Okay, I guess you
So-
don't need a script for this then.
Oh,
The more you know.
oh yeah, true. Yeah, then I don't.
I was not aware that that would work.
It just makes it not exist, basically. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Where the heck is the...
I'm gonna step away for a second. I gotta use the restroom.
Alrighty. Where is the engine flag? Does it not have solid in it?
Now to find out why those hundreds of candle heads were spawning in the arena with hammers.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that's a whole separate thing, though.
That's just pain. Like, it didn't look like anything's wrong with the script, so that seems like something is wrong with the compiler, which worries me greatly.
To be fair, it is an old section of the quest, so it was bound to rupture probably at some point.
Where is... Oh, it's not all caps, that's why I wasn't finding it before. I think Connor thesis him. That's fine. I'm thinking of the old name. That's in there. Where is this? It's there.
It's time for this Phoebe to shut up for the night.
Why does combo 0 do that?
There shouldn't be any more background noise.
What the heck? That script update. Are you sure that's... Are you sure the script's not doing something that's Ryder?
I mean,
I would just double check that, because I am looking at the source code and I don't know why combo 0 would be doing that.
all I know is this had set to 1, and this is combo 5934, and I set it to negative 5934. So that should have been 0.
Yeah, that should be 0. I don't
So that
understand
it should have
what's
worked.
going on.
I mean, it should be working for this reason, since the script wasn't
Yeah.
doing it.
I think this may technically be a bug of some sort.
But a nice bug. Because then it makes it real easy to do this. Yeah, it straight up is just how
What
it is.
the hell? How is this happening?
I'm not
Set
complaining.
Solid, is set solid?
This is
being
like the first
called
bug that I
directly
will not
elsewhere?
complain about.
I know, right?
Where is set
It
solid?
works for me.
Happens here in... That's for moving blocks.
Oh, that actually means... Oh.
But that's not going to screw up other things, is it?
Well, I was actually thinking I could utilize this for this to be better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's causing the bug, so that's the issue. it could screw up something else because I don't know what the bug is.
Well,
That's part of the problem of not knowing what the bug is. If I find it and the bug is just that, oh, Combo Zero is doing that, then it's like, okay, bug's a feature. Cool. Like, that's perfectly fine being a feature. And I mean, I thought it might
I was
be
gonna
in the
say-
first place, which is why I recommended trying it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because
So
I'm
what
like,
you're
I don't
saying?
know, that might happen, but I don't know why it's happening. Because
All that matters is that I can rely on this being a thing now.
the FFC solid flag is not being
Wait, I'm not in the right script. I was like, this doesn't
changed.
seem right. Capture sequence.
Even if you put 0 in the box instead of -5,
Or wait,
whatever.
no. Is it just hold up? I'm stupid. I need to search for this in this way, don't I? Because it could,
Oh, I
and
still
that's
need to
probably
run
going to be
that.
in. Is that just in this file? Because are you gonna? No, it doesn't do that anywhere even.
Where am I
What the
looking?
hell?
Level 2.
Um.
So the script I'm saying I'd use this for is for this guy here.
Yeah.
This script was, I wrote this guy's script, so Service Soldier is his name. I wrote the script before solid combos were really a thing. Service Soldier, where? Oh, it's not in cutscenes? Oh, I see why I'd put it here. It's just a bit weird. Yeah, because here I mess with this data when I don't need to do this anymore. I can literally just do combo triggers. And I think I even... So if you have the item...
Have you continued your final playthrough yet for Demo 5?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do tonight. And then we got wrapped up into this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the goal for tonight, is to continue that playthrough, which I'm about to enter the tower.
So what the fuck is going on?
Oh, then I missed you doing level 2 then, so all that's fine.
I actually like that. Yeah. Okay.
I half expected service to break again because he switched versions.
Oddly enough, Service was perfectly fine. I had no issues with him. I think there was a moment where I had him between me and the wall and he kind of didn't move away, but that's not broken. It's just I got to refine his logic a bit more.
Mhm.
All right, so I need to do this. So I could just set this data to 0 and that'll apparently just work. Set the flags to not solid. Well, no, I don't even need to do that. Literally setting this data to 0 just kind of does that. So let's see, until...
I for the record, let
Anything
me
doing
check
that.
this before I say anything.
So anything using the template doesn't need to exist, because that was accounting for no solid FFCs. So let's walk through this. So if you have the key... I also like how this is still a variable and not hard-coded. That's a remnant of the demo 4 scripts, because this used to be dynamic and a different script. So if you have it, then he's not there anymore until screen D is set. Okay, so I think that's him being on the ground.
If
Then...
This will help just to clean up your scripts a little if you don't need them anymore.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of... There might be a number of scripts I don't... Well, technically my whole signpost... Well, so the thing is I can't completely eliminate my signpost scripts just because, like, with that sign we did, that's engine signpost. I can't go all in on that because I have some complex signposts where it's like they have various triggers. Some give items, some trigger things. Like, I'll still need that. That's kind of a staple script I'll need. But yeah, I mean, as time goes on, I anticipate a bunch of scripts being able to just be outright removed with engine behavior.
Yeah, it's getting more refined by the day.
Yeah, it also helps when I find weird stuff like this.
Yep. Never know when you might need to.
Okay, see, it's still solid here. Is it because... So wait, him being combo 0... Wait. Oh, because data is 1. What if I make it 0? What would that do? Oh, well, he's gone. So now let's see. I still remember when I used to test this with Din's Fire. That was so much fun. I still need to fix this script, or this cutscene, to be less strange. Nope.
So does he come down from the wall on the right?
Yeah, the idea is he like jumps down, climbs down or something, but I just didn't do the thing for that.
Also, if he's supposed to appear after, that's not gonna...
Yeah, that's where I'm realizing this is not working.
Yeah, because when it's 0, the script cannot run anymore at all.
That's what I'm gathering. Well, I'll still make it 1.
You need to toggle the solidity otherwise. 1 is just invisible but doesn't kill it, which is why I was telling you to use 1 in the other one, because that's generally what people use when they want to clear an FFC but still have it.
Yeah.
I still do not see any reason why a combo 0 FFC should not be solid, and I'm so confused.
Nice.
The third Ian Descendant should be an A, by the way. Sorry, I'm capturing all of these typos, but that's probably good because you wanted to fix them anyway.
It is good. It's just like at the moment. Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's not a pressing issue.
So this needs to be false. Okay, so I don't need this there. This needs to be false.
Ooh, I like how those torches are submerged. I don't remember if they were like that before.
Yeah, that I think that was like that. I would need to see a demo 4 playthrough to remember. I thought I always had it like that.
They probably were. It's been a while.
Okay, so he's gone. Although it's apparently not. Really?
You're not updating solid then?
Interesting. It's not being seen as shallow water here. That's weird.
What?
So I have this combo here.
Oh, right? Mark, the FFC is ethereal.
And I could do that in the script too.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
how do I do that?
Do you need the FFC to be a non-combo type for any reason?
A non-combo type?
Like, because that's what it, or like, what is the FFC? What type is the FFC? Is it a signpost?
Or is it no, it's nothing. It is none.
Okay, then you can just set it to ethereal in the engine.
And I could do that here too.
I mean, you could, but you can also just set it in the engine, and you don't need to change it because I don't see any reason you would need to unset it or anything.
Oh, what does ethereal actually do? Well, I guess that if enabled FFC has no effect.
So yeah, it's basically just Also, I just realized I was watching the YouTube instead of the Discord stream for a moment, which is behind.
That's why I was sharing on Discord.
Yep. No, I tabbed out, and then when I tabbed back in, I tabbed to the wrong thing.
Okay, there we go.
Full screen the YouTube one because I would do it. But yeah, ethereal just an FFC that isn't ethereal acts kind of like a bridge, and it covers up everything below it.
Yeah.
So that the stuff below it won't happen. I also love the walkability covering everything.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid it too, because that is being drawn on an Allegro 5 separate layer above everything. It's not being drawn as part of the screen.
Yeah. Why? So what I have here, so basically kill the script. So wait, I don't even need to quit here, do I?
Let me double check that.
That'd be funny if I don't even need to quit it. If zero just is quit. So I think setting screen. I should have had a to do here.
ZC FFC sets. Does this kill? I don't know. I would leave the quit there to be safe. Quit isn't exactly expensive, even in Zasm size. That is literally one Zazamot code that has 0 parameters.
Oh, why am I setting this data to this? Well, true. Okay, so this is while he's laying there? Yeah, because I'm setting his data to that.
You're setting him to solid, though, before you do that in that loop.
Maybe because like, I'm pretty sure, so screen secrets is while you're, because when you kill the boss, secrets are triggered. So this is, oh wait, no, this is when this is when he stands up after you beat the boss. So I think this until is while you're fighting the boss. So I need, I'm gonna make a bold assumption, and it's this -1. I need to check my combos. It needs to be his laying down combo. 76709. Okay. It's also worth mentioning I haven't looked at the script in years, so fun times trying to re-understand what I wrote.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Especially when I don't. Especially when I. What? I was just gonna say, especially when I don't comment why this.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty
Comments
sure
are,
when
good.
service
Yeah, like that.
max the guy. Yeah, I'll be confident. I'll show some confidence in that comment. Oh, well, okay. So apparently the until is while he's lying there. Okay. Yeah. So while waiting,
At least his armor will prevent him from getting soaked.
might get rusted though. For the
Maybe not that fast.
torches to be lit. Okay, so that's while waiting for the torches to be lit. So yeah, make sure solidity's off. And then while true. Okay.
It immediately enables solidity, but then it waits for secrets before it changes his data.
Dang it. So Link gets snapped over there. He exists here. Okay, so he's solid, but he doesn't have a combo. So it's when I'm setting him to true. Oh wait. Oh.
Yeah, you're not setting the data to anything
no,
else.
I know what I'm doing wrong.
What?
So the until is while you're fighting the boss. So that when you kill the boss, he's set to this. But I wasn't sending him to his lying down combo here after this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is you should have a data set when you're changing the solidity, because that should be changing something.
6709. Okay.
Also,
now
why is that in a while true? What is the?
Because he's also a signpost, so awaiting Link walking up to him and talking to him.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Well,
so I see how you have it merged. So I mean, you could make him a signpost combo.
Well, actually,
and then just do that.
He's not a simple signpost because he also gives you an item.
Oh, okay. You can do that with string control codes. Or with combo triggers. Either or.
Well, that could be a thing I look into in the future.
The only thing is string control codes, when you get an item, it won't like hold up over your head.
Oh, yeah. So I'll stick with this for now because this works fine aside from what I'm changing now.
So yeah, that can.
Okay, so I think I just fixed.
And yeah, that was the weirdness that I was confused about.
Yeah, this definitely didn't need to be in because
not in the loop because that's not repeating.
Yeah, the wild true is literally just once everything's done triggering and you're just waiting to talk to him.
Which, by the way, you can change that to just loop instead of wild true.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
I love new shorthand.
Yeah, it is convenient.
Yeah, I will say that the just loop is not any more code efficient than wild true because wild true is optimized to all hell in the same way. Like there's no difference in optimization there. The other forms of loop that have parameters in the parentheses of them are more efficient than the equivalent types of for loop. So that is something to consider if you are needing to consider efficiency, which is not commonly needed.
All right, Service, just die now. I like how his music's still playing because I killed him when he wasn't expecting to be dead. Realistically, he'll never be killed when I killed him, so that's not an issue.
So what happens with his script?
I'm pretty sure that just happened because like I said, I killed him when he wasn't. There's no. Well, I guess it's probably just because I don't have checks for his death while he's doing that.
Yeah, you should probably just use. You could avoid that if you just use this immortal. I would think. Same as I had you doing for the other thing.
That might be what he's doing, for all I know.
Well, I mean, if he were doing, then that wouldn't have happened. Because then the kill wouldn't have killed him. It would have set his HP to nothing, and then the script would have run and gone, oh, wait, he's dead, and then done the death stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So it would still kind of give the proper behavior.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is this immortal, I would think, would do that.
God. But now we're messing with this script, which looks disgusting because my stuff... Okay, well, we're not talking here. We're not talking here. Probably under Big Summer Blowout. Yeah, he vanishes here.
Is the heart always animated? I've never really noticed.
Heart animated? Oh, yeah. That's been like that probably since like Demo 2, Demo 3.
You probably just pick it up too quick to notice the animation.
Probably.
Yeah,
it's not a very fast one.
So yeah,
okay.
You just need whenever he dies, and it does whatever it does for him dying.
So this is when he's Wind Blast. So that's when he's doing Wind Blast.
That's like an attack, not a
death.
Where's his Void Run?
That's that's
most of this would be in the Void Run.
Probably. It's not in the timer.
No, just scroll up until you see Void Run.
Void
there
Run,
it is.
okay.
So now you just do this immortal at the top of the Void Run. Like anywhere up here, this immortal equals true.
I'll put it like right here.
You might want to put it below where you declare variables, because all those variables, like where you're doing the this x equals, and the this y equals, there seems better. Yeah. And now just find where he needs to die and then set it to false. Indeed.
Where he needs to die. I'm pretty sure it's in here. Because this looks like it's the loop. Yeah, until torch is lit. So this is him just flying around. So do I put this immortal equals false in there then?
Well, like whenever, like, does he have a death animation or anything?
Yes.
Well, where's that?
Well, there would be a oh, there it is. Death animation.
Okay. Are you already using immortal anywhere in there?
I don't know. I could do a search for immortal.
Doing HP less equals 0, which...
I know I do that everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, the question is how that actually works without immortal.
Actually, I think death animation, that's in, that's probably in my namespace. It looks like it's in enemy namespace, death animation. Here we go. Immortal true.
Okay. And it says immortal false when it's done, so you actually don't need to do anything.
But yet he still wasn't.
Well, no, you were only setting immortal true here when you start the death animation.
Okay.
In your script. So maybe the engine killing it through cheat was killing it at a timing where it wasn't running the script that frame or something.
Oh, like it didn't get here yet?
Like your script was in a spot where it didn't have a death animation call on that frame. In one of your loops, you might not have a death animation loop. So what you just do is you set it to immortal, and that way when it dies, even if you don't have a death animation call, it still won't die. It will wait until the script gets to the death animation, runs the death animation, and then ends, because at the end of the death animation, it sets immortal back to false.
Right.
Like, that's generally the point of immortal, is you want to set it true at the very start of the enemy script to ensure that... Basically, when you set immortal true, it's telling the engine, hey, don't get rid of this enemy by any means.
Oh, yeah, he's still alive. I just did Control K. All right, get ready to die. Nice.
There you go. So yeah, while he's in that phase, you don't have a death animation call for him. So it just waited until he was in a valid state to die.
I like that. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's generally the best purpose of Immortal. Now I will note, I said for a moment, will not die by any means. I should denote that the remove function, this arrow remove
yeah, because
of
it
an
deletes
NPC
them.
script,
Yeah.
that is not death, that is deletion, which is a different thing. That will bypass Immortal. That does not check Immortal at all. So that is just these are both, it's an unstoppable shield meets, unstoppable objects meets immovable objects. One has to win in some way for it to function. What's happening?
That's a little odd.
I just did a save and continue. And now this is happening.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh. Mine cards.
Hello. Uh-oh. I have no idea about minecarts.
There wasn't something in your minecart script that was affected by what you just did?
I don't know what though. My minecart is
you
here.
added a global variable though.
Okay.
Does that
this does
I don't know if Connor has changed adding global variables, like, because the minecart I assume has a global variable somewhere that it references.
Yeah, it actually does, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if Connor did anything that fixes the whole global variables adding a new one, meaning you need a new save file thing.
Well, that basically means I have to start over now.
Yeah.
Because like even like all of these, actually I think these two are the only ones that don't, because they are from the very beginning. Oh wait, no, actually they're not from the very beginning, are they? No.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to quit. Well, okay.
Oh, so that's completely screwed.
Alternately, question: do you have a global array somewhere?
Yes. Somewhere in here I do. Yeah, here's a global array for statuses.
Well, no, but like, do you have like a generic global array that's just for generic variables and crap? I don't know if you do. It seems like you've just been doing individual variables.
No, I do not.
Yeah. Okay, then no saving grace.
Well, we're gonna
so
start
yeah,
over.
that is the issue with things. I mean, hit the invincibility button and
well,
just zip through whatever.
Let's just start over. Honestly, a lot of stuff has happened since I started this. I've actually changed a lot of stuff. So
just give yourself the equipment you would have at the end of level 2 and just go normally, I guess.
Also, for the record, if you go into for a moment, go back to the editor and go to quest options header.
Button. Why is it at 5? I put that at 5 because demo 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume you did that. I
don't know what to put for this. It's a demo, so I don't know.
Yeah. Did you just do that in 5, or did demo 4 already have that when it was released?
I don't know actually.
Like,
I'll just keep it like this.
Check demo 4 if you can, because that's actually important to know. You may be stuck with that now for it to serve its intended purpose.
It would be 0.5, right? Because the quest isn't done yet. That would be version 1.
Yeah, but if he released demo 4 already as 4.0, then
I don't think I
not function the right way.
I would need to find where I did my playthrough. Because I would have it. It would have been... Did I do that in 2.53? Well, no. Why would I... No, it wouldn't be in 2.53 because I've always been in 2.55. I mean, I could just download it from purezc.
Yeah, I mean,
because I don't
just
know where
grab
it
it, yeah.
is.
Because that is an important thing to know. Because if you release that with 4.0, then any future build you release, you technically should only increase in number.
Okay.
Because the purpose that serves, for the record, is there's the version and then there's the min version. And technically, the way you should do it is anytime you make a change, like that global variable change that breaks save files, obviously you don't need to do it while you're just in dev, but you would do it anytime you are releasing something, even to like testers or something. Okay, you had something else in there, which does not. I don't know how that will parse to numbers now. So in this case, it's a doesn't matter. You can do whatever smart new numbering you want. So I think doing 0.5 would I would do 0.5.0. I don't know how the string of beta at the start will.
Oh, so you think I should not keep doing that?
Yeah. If you were to do a string, I would think you would want it. Standard semver would have number, optional .4th number, optional hyphen string. I think that's the proper semver thing. Let me check what our versioning is. Where is our header in our versioning stuff? ZDefs, give me header. Is there a header? Anything for me to look at? Header.
Okay, so guess I'll be that then. Oh. Well, that was a ZC crash.
What?
Attempting to leave here, crash ZC. Okay, it didn't do it this time.
Okay.
Honestly, we're just gonna do this.
Come on, slide me in and see if I can see a crash report. That's that. That's not the.
5103. What page? Page 19. Oh, what do I do for falling sound effects? I don't remember.
Um.
70 apparently.
For the record, I'm pretty sure if you quest audio misguess effects.
Quest audio misguess.
Because is there not a default? I thought there was a default fall sounds that. No, that's not a thing.
Landing,
okay.
But not
Never mind. I am imagining things. That's the fun thing is other people, they get to play with features that get added. I get to play with all the features that ever were thought about being added. So I have a lot of things in my head that don't actually exist.
I see. Let's keep this open in case more havoc. Oh, has there been any look into the weird scripted enemies situation that we're experiencing before?
I have not touched it, and I don't think Connor has, so.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do bare minimum here.
What the
Wait, do I even... I got the boomerang.
I noticed that boss death animation has been around for quite a while. Have you ever thought of making your own?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening at some point. Probably wouldn't have needed to go through all this, but some of these screens are actually horribly out of date. Like, there's one that
Yeah,
shows level...
they need to be updated now,
Yeah.
I think.
That hasn't been that for a very long time.
It is pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Apparently,
I
from
could
the
afford to show a preview of the level 7 area, probably.
Yeah, I could do that. And this is here.
I'm so confused.
Oh my god, stop talking. I didn't think you talked that much. Oops, I'm up here. I'm trying to think of
Is there a
everything.
sign that that heart piece is on that screen other than kill everything and hope you get something?
No, there isn't.
Yes.
You have to kill everything to know it's there.
The versions, Q header dot versions. Right, so that's the I see. And then you
I just realized I don't. Yeah, well, actually, I will.
That's the version. Where's the min version?
Excited to
That's
see what's
min.
up there when you can swim.
Where's the min
Yeah.
version?
Because I don't even know what's up there. That'll be fun to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And then make
That's the
things...
northeast
Smart
corner.
ver comp.
There we go.
G version Q header min ver. Smart
wait.
ver comp. What is smart ver comp?
I'm just gonna give myself the but yeah, honestly, ladder.
If A is
What else? Give myself the arrows and the bow. I think that's everything. I think that's so far.
I'm wondering if Link shouldn't
yeah.
start with the very, very basic glove, but not one that lets him push stuff around. Heavy.
So I want to note that for anything that has any characters in the version that is not a number or a dot, it will just do a direct string comparison, which will likely not give you what you want, because that gives you things like O.10.0 being before O.9.0 and such. While if you keep it as all pointers, it does a smarter version comparing thing. Which actually, it looks like it handles possibly an arbitrary number of numbers. So you might be able to do even more than 4, which is standard Semver. I don't see a limitation. Yeah, it's just going through the string. So I mean, there's the limitation of the string length limit, I suppose, because that is still a fairly limited. I think you only have 16 characters.
All right.
But yeah, so I would recommend maybe for demo 5, I would probably say O.5.0 would make sense.
That's what I have. Or, honestly, I might even do O.5.0.0 for bugs under the demo.
Well, that's what the third O would be for.
Yeah, I suppose that works.
So, and then like if you were to give testers a copy right now, and then you make a change, like changing the global variable, then you would update the version to 0.5.1 and the min version to 0.5.1. And what that will then do is their save file they've already been using will have saved 0.5.0 in the save file. So when they load it and the new version says min version 0.5.1, on trying to load their save file, instead of getting dragged off by a random minecart into the upper left abyss like you got, they will get error, cannot use this save file, need to start a new save file.
Alright.
So it's a bit more professional of an error handling for that, I suppose.
We'll have to think of a meme for that one. Dragged into the abyss by invisible minecart.
It wasn't invisible, it was tile 0. It was like the hearts.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's nothing here.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of everything there would be.
Never a dull moment as a dev. That screen's new.
Well, yeah, so I made a shortcut here, so there's less walking, so you could burn that tree, and then you can bomb this. So it's a bit... Oh, well, you're intended... Okay, that's an oversight. 1B.
Behold the one healthy tree in the entire swamp.
You also could totally use, if you wanted to, instead of using secrets and carryover, you could use X doors.
X doors?
It's like X states, but they are meant to be used for doors, and there are... I don't remember the exact number here. Let me check my thing before I say anything wrong. Let's see, Q again. At the combo, triggers, states.
Oh, and you made the alternate entrance to get to the lore, right?
I did,
Oh,
yes.
So basically there are 8 X-door states per direction for each of the 4 directions. And so if for a screen you trigger the X state, the X-door 0 for the up direction, then the X-door 0 in the down direction for the screen above you will also be triggered. So it basically auto carries over in that direction. Built to work kind of like how Engine NES doors work for their state.
Or what?
Yeah, I was curious what would happen. I kill him during the cutscene, and apparently, I think it's it's because Link was made invisible. Oh,
Does he not have the immortal thingy?
probably not.
Well, that's also a fun thing to...
Huh.
If you F6 continue, it should fix it.
Okay, I got a little nervous there.
Okay, it did.
That my timing was very bad.
I was noticing last time, there's a book on that screen where the Hazaron spawns in from. It's not there in the little cutscene where it moves across the screen.
Oh, all right. Well, that's another
supposed to
small
be-
oversight.
Yeah.
I think this was actually just money, so I'm wasting my time. Yeah, I'm wasting my time. Trying to think of everything that you would have. I don't really need to do anything inside of here. All right, well, let's just give myself the...
Battle Arena.
I might as well give myself the max lantern because it's not going to be able to do anything in the battle arena.
Alright.
What? Oh,
Not that
because I
even-
already have the thing. Yeah.
Not that it even works properly.
Yeah. Well, you get the ladder out of here, so who cares? You know what's funny? Okay, so Service is already dead. We just need to wait for him to die. He needs to have his heart attack. Post-mortem heart attack. There we go. He didn't even finish his twirl.
It was too much for me to throw this poor soldier against the wall.
That is hilarious.
I didn't realize he would get halfway through his spin and then die. That was good.
Must have a death animation check during that animation.
I like the explanation of he couldn't take it and like just turned away and then died. Actually, not even died. He just ceased to exist outright.
Right.
So entering the tower. Oh, yep, I can grab that too. Entering the tower, I should have at least 8 heart containers. So that's how I know when I got everything. I don't need to talk to any of these people.
The one on the western shore, I think you can get with the ladder.
On the western shore?
Yeah, near the battle arena.
Oh, yeah. Well, you said shore and it threw me off. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not a shore. Whoops.
Ooh, there is actually one thing I am missing. And oh, hello. This is a thing. Oh, out of magic. Oh, wait, that's that. There actually is nothing here. Okay. I figured that that's what that cave was.
What is up there? Or have you not figured it yet?
I actually very recently figured out what that's going to be. Part of trading.
Hmm.
Ah, yes. Okay. I'm going to actually grab these because once I catch up, I'm going to actually play this normally. So I want to like properly trigger things if I can help it. Oh, wait, I was heading back this way for what reason?
Also, I do want to give you one note here, Death Rider. I don't know why Combo Zero is making that work for those signs still. I see no
Interesting.
reason why it is working. Which also means I can give no guarantee that it won't accidentally
Be
get fixed as a bug at some point. If you get a quest to us that you have a replay recorded with that uses that and goes through using that and making sure you like walk into it and make sure that it's all working properly, then if we add that to our replay test, we'll get an immediate flag telling us, hey, you broke something in Death Rider's quest when we fix whatever accidentally. So if you're able to get that for us for Demo 5, then that would
I mean,
be able
so
to,
long as it doesn't get fixed anytime soon. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I'm also always recording, like even right now.
Yeah. I mean, we need the exact quest file exactly saved to the exact same way because of all sorts of things. Like
Well, I mean, I've done this playthrough while recording, so I can always
Yeah.
send that to you then.
Yep. Or also, to be fair, if you wanted to just file new and then make that setup in a small example quest, and then just record a replay in that to just test that specific mechanic. Oh, that stair looked wrong, by the way.
Yeah, the border was green on that one.
This one?
Yeah, it looks like it's surrounded by pure grass instead of the lighter ground.
I need to remember, how did I do this? So does it actually turn into the stair? Huh?
Is it a bomb tab of the secrets?
Yeah, you blow up the rock.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the green one instead of the tan one.
Tan one, so would that be...
I think it's the right one.
The one's on the right, yeah.
So this one.
The right, not the...
Oh,
The
That's
far
right.
right column.
the layer
Those.
one?
Maybe.
Yeah, those aren't
Yeah, no,
surrounded by
that's transparent, not...
Yeah, that's why I was like the right one. That's
Those
not...
left ones have a green hue around them, which looks weird to me, but maybe it is right. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks. It's not
they're
as
kinda-
green as the
they're
other.
kind of green.
Yeah, it fits more with that grass, though.
Yeah,
It looks light
it's-
green, like the light green of the grass mixed in on the ground there. So it fits well enough.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
better than just straight green.
Yeah, the straight green looks like it was like a stairway in the middle of cuttable tall grass, like fully green cuttable grass.
I see.
Rather than the lighter tan ground with the little grass tufts.
Why is there a hammer peg in there?
In the case where you come here after level 3, it's a nice shortcut.
Oh, okay.
Because like you could come through here now, or you could come through here with the hammer, hitting this. Oh, I mean,
Oh, okay.
it didn't play a sound, but that's fine. I'm also gonna remove the hammer. Whoops. Because I am not supposed to have hammer right now.
Also, I love the fun thing about how cheats and stuff work with replays. I definitely had an error with that when I was working on one of my recent changes. The error was me stupid. I forgot to do a continue after a thing in a loop, so it was falling through and doing two things that it shouldn't have been doing. So, you know, it was definitely not a the system is broken and complicated thing. It was just a me stupid thing. But
No worries.
it basically, the replay thing has its own versioning for that. And init data previously had separate arrays for like the map and the compass and the Triforce and the what's the other thing you can set on there? The boss key.
Did I go in here already?
But then there's the boss killed state, which didn't have that set, and then there's other L items that didn't exist really before. But basically I have L items expanding to 8 in one of my upcoming changes, and so I had to expand init data to have all 8 of them, and I had to change how it's all formatted, which then changed all the cheats and replays because they use the init data format for how they work. So, because I mean, literally, when you do the hero data there, that is just an init data editor again. There's a function that converts init data into game data, which is your actual save file and active play data, and then there's a function that converts it back. So it just handles that both ways there.
Is that crystal still reachable with the level 1 boomerang?
With the heart piece?
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I grabbed it.
I mean, it shouldn't be, but it's a nice little bonus for the player.
Whoa. Alright, apparently it's a doggo right now.
That's a dog.
Don't worry about it. It's a dog right now. Yeah, unfortunately, this is completely busted.
For a very bizarre, amusing reason.
Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean to talk to you. Stop it.
Watch it suddenly be working now for no explicable reason.
Oh, you want me to actually try it?
I'm curious. I don't know.
I just want to see it again because it's so funny.
Let's find out.
It is so inexplicable. Yeah, no, that's... What? It's worse now.
What do you mean it's worse? It looks the same to me.
The Octoroks are also duplicating. They weren't doing that before, were they?
Well, before when it was happening, that round only had Candlehead, so you couldn't tell. So I guess it's just worse than we thought it was.
I thought you changed it to Candlehead and Octoroks for, and still only the Candlehead duplicated.
I don't remember. All right, well, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, I think so, because there's
I feel like it got worse, which tells me it probably is a random compile bullshit or of some sort, because maybe something shifted or I don't know.
And it's interesting that these guys, like, it's still bizarre that they're using the hammer.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part of everything.
Yeah, this was the original round. It's a lot of hearts.
And of course, the million overgrown raccoons.
I can't even move right now.
Yeah, that's right. You made the comment before that it was only scripted enemies that were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the raccoon and the Candlehead, and it wasn't the Octoroks.
This is horrible.
So that is definitely a difference. Now.
Okay. Well, hopefully that helps you with something.
What the heck?
That sounded horrible. I don't know.
So I mean, hey, that is valuable. We know that it changed without you touching either of those scripts. So.
Oh wait, I muted myself. I just realized.
Oh, yeah, you've not been talking for a couple minutes.
All I said that you guys missed was that sounds horrible. I don't know if the audio comes across on your end.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a lot of noise, but what do you expect with that many enemies on screen?
Interesting. So that's broken.
But yeah, so the fact that that changed without you modifying that spot being able to spawn enemies is like really rude.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've added stuff without changing the no enemy flags, so that's just gonna need to get fixed. Okay, well, I think I look properly equipped for the tower. Although it did occur to me though, something's bugged. I noticed. Over here. So this soldier is not supposed to appear when he... Oh, wait. What's his criteria? Maybe I accidentally gave myself something? No?
Maybe there's someone that you were supposed to talk to previously.
He's supposed to appear...
All he had there was message, so what's his script say?
Oh, that's true. Well, he's Agentum Shrine soldier. Agentum. He's supposed to appear upon killing. Soldier. Upon killing Agentum. Again.
Check the name again.
Agentem. Oh, it's EM. There you go.
And Agentem is actually standing outside with him, right?
Yeah, so when you first arrive here, he'll be here, he won't be here. And then you go in, you do the dungeon, you kill Agentum, you come out, he will be standing here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Pretty sure it's like I don't remember exactly how I did it. We're about to find out. So he only takes a message because that's the only thing that's necessary. So I load map data. This is from the boss room, I'm assuming.
If the counter for Triforce of Courage is not 2, or the secrets are triggered.
I'm doing it based on if you got the Triforce in there, but it should actually be based on if you killed him. Because what if you killed him and then left the dungeon without grabbing the Triforce? Well, no, it should still be based on the Triforce, though. Because you need the Triforce to progress. Like, that is the condition.
Okay, but is that... What happens when you were wrong? What is your current count of Triforce of Courage shards?
Oh, that's probably what it is. I haven't been giving myself Triforce shards. Oh, wait, have I? Yeah, that's a good question.
You have 2 Triforce of Courage shards, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's saying not equal to, so that would be false, or secret is triggered, which is false, so he becomes invisible, false. So you're setting him to appear after you have 2 Triforce shards for the Triforce of Courage, which you do. So that condition is correct currently. Well, that is working as expected for what the condition is set for. I'm assuming that is not what you want to be checking.
No.
And is it possible for you to possibly do dungeons out of order? Say, do one, but then don't grab the Triforce, and then go do the next one?
No, not with these
or
dungeons.
Do you have Triforce? You have an actual Triforce check before every dungeon?
No, but you would have to royally break the game in ways that aren't even possible to do that.
What do you mean? You just leave without picking up the Triforce at the end of the dungeon. You do the whole dungeon, but then you leave without picking up the Triforce, and then you go to the next one or something. Because if you...
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
If you do that, then you could end up... Because here's the thing. You're like, oh, but if you don't pick that one up, then you want to be after that one. But you're not checking for that one. You're checking for count of 2. So if you... like skip an earlier one, then you pick up that one, then you go pick up the earlier one, then picking up the earlier one in a different dungeon will make the guard appear, and then you could completely miss him, and he will seem to have appeared out of nowhere for no reason, and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, say someone has a lot of trouble with a certain boss, and they just leave without finishing it, and they complete another dungeon instead. Yeah, that could lead to...
So you get sequence breaky bugs with that. Yeah. So what I would check is I would just check the specific Triforce for that level instead. So what level is that on the actual DMAP level number?
Well, I don't know why it's in 44.
Because are your Triforces actual Triforce items still? I presume they are.
I believe
and they're just also incrementing a counter in addition to that, so you can keep track of it.
Yeah, Triforce pieces.
Yeah, and then pickup is just doing yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what you would want to do is whatever level this dungeon is that has the dude you want to kill.
Oh wait, that would actually be level 3, so that would be this one, level 5.
Okay, so level 5 then, you would want to check, instead of game counter, Triforce of Courage, blah, 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 any of that, you'll want...
Probably even this, huh? Well, wait.
Well, the secret is the secret from this. What's the secret doing?
Oh,
I don't know what the secret's doing.
that's
checking the secret on the boss screen.
actually no. I just found out it's
Or is
not
4433 not the boss screen? What is that screen then?
4433. So the idea is you beat that boss, you come out, that guy's there. He tells you to come here. Once you come here, he also stays gone. He'll never come back.
Oh,
okay,
right.
so that's a separate that's a separate removal trigger.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yes, you leave that there. Now the part on the left, we're actually going to want to put it in parentheses because we want because we're going to be using bitwise, and I hate order of operations with the bitwise, and I always put parentheses around them just because. So we can get rid of the not equal to, and we can get rid of the counter and all that. It's just going to be game arrow still though. And it's going to be L items, capital L and capital I. At index 5 because it's level 5. And then it's going to be bitwise and, which is the single ampersand, and you don't need the not equal. That's and then it's going to be all caps LI underscore Triforce. And what you actually want here is you want to invert that. So you want to, before the parentheses, you want to put a not, I believe, because you want him to be gone if you don't have the Triforce yet. But then once you get the Triforce, he appears, and then you go in and trigger a secret thing, and then he disappears again. So that looks right to me.
Okay, so
now you are checking not for having not 2 Triforce pieces. So as soon as you have 2 pieces, he appears. You are now checking for when you have the Triforce piece from a level 5, he appears, which is much more specific and safe.
Okay, so
yeah, because he progresses the plot in a big way, so you don't want to do that out of order.
Oh yeah, that's especially important then.
Yeah. Well, then by that logic, should I also make sure that I have the Triforce of level 2 and 1?
If you wanted to,
because then it doesn't even really matter up until now how many you grab.
Here's the thing: how are you going to see? Imagine the situation where you complete this dungeon and grab this Triforce without having the other ones already. Then you go back and get the others. What tells you to come back here to see him?
Right.
Oh.
I would put a level 1 and 2 Triforce check earlier if you wanted that. Like, I would make it so you can't even get into this dungeon until you have those other Triforce then.
I mean, I could literally make a Gentum not even appear until you have it. So coming here does nothing for you.
Or you could make him do something
different
like
dialogue.
a different dialogue, or maybe have some sort of barrier that blocks you from walking over to where he is. And if you try to walk through it, it like damages you, knocks you away, and says you need more power of the Triforce to be able to overpower his force field or whatever. Something like that.
Also,
that would be a more direct, hey, go get the Triforce, dummy, before you continue here, which depends on how much you care to lead the player. Which, I mean, if you go talk to him and he's just like, you can't dare challenge me without the other Triforce pieces yet, that also works if you just want dialogue for it. But that also feels, to me, a little more arbitrary, because it's just like, he's just not going to let you challenge him until you pick up the other things, versus like the way I described it reminds me of the Oracle of Seasons MacGuffins, when you need the 8 season things from all the dungeons to push through to Onyx's castle, because it like has the dark energy that wind blows and pushes you back off of the screen if you try to enter before it, because the power is too great without something to blow through the evil magic.
Yeah.
Break the curse on the northern peak. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll come up with something. You're pretty good at the story so far.
Yeah. There's all sorts of ways you could handle it. It's just
I'm
you
not
want a way to signal the player, hey, you need to go do the other dungeons and then come back here, because otherwise you can leave them wandering for however long.
Although, so what's been tripping me up right now is I didn't realize that levels 1, 2, and 3 all give you a courage shard. I don't remember that being the case. So I've messed that up.
Maybe you change that at some point.
Well, I mean,
accidentally.
I'm thinking I'll change that now. Because nothing, like, clearly I'm not doing Triforce checks, not aside from that one. So...
Yeah, if you have any others elsewhere, then, like, in general, if you want to check a specific dungeon completion, you want to check that specific shard, level number. And then, like, I could see you then doing the have all of the courage shards, have all of the power shards as things that unlock things as well. Then.
And that is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah.
Similar to then, that reminds me of, I immediately want to say the red crystals from Link to the Past, but that only means anything to someone who's played Rando, because them being red is a Rando feature. It's the 2 crystals that, I think it's, 5 and 6, I think it is, in vanilla. Rando, obviously they get randomized, which is why they're then colored, so you know which ones it is. But it's the 2 crystals that the game checks for, because it doesn't check for all 6. No, it only checks for 2 specific crystals for the bomb shop to sell the super bomb.
Oh right, yeah.
So it's
I always
like
thought it was you beat level 6 and then they're available, but no, it's 2 specific ones.
Yeah, it's 2 specific crystals it checks. I don't know why. You can definitely do Dungeon Out of Order in that game, so it's definitely a thing. Yeah, and then meanwhile, there's the green pendant unlocks the item from Aghanim, which is vanilla, the Pegasus boots, and then all 3 pendants unlocks the pedestal item.
I think this is everything. All right,
What was your plan if the first 3 were not all courage shards?
I didn't really have not properly one of each. But basically I want to time it out by certain levels. So also I have Din's Fire still. The way it works is you get these 3 gems once you complete a Triforce. So basically the time I want you to have each of these is when you complete it, once you get all 4 shards.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it could be interesting if you had a spot where you could get either one of 2 first based on place where you get to choose a dungeon order for which last shard you want to complete for one.
The only problem is the story does rely on you doing things a certain way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, so I was planning on levels 10, 11, 12 being by your own will, which the way I might do it is each of those 3 dungeons will have the 4th shard of a different Triforce.
So yeah, then in that case, you're picking which of those you want to complete first. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan.
Yeah, that's like exactly what I said. So yeah.
Well, yeah, just later in the game, then yeah.
Well, yeah, at whatever point you have it that you're giving it to them. Just having a choice between at least 2 of them.
Yeah, so I guess let's do the tower. Okay, well that's broken. I guess that might have been another Triforce check. In fact, it probably was a Triforce check. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. That door's not supposed to open.
That's what happens when you talk to the guard. It gives access to the dungeons.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, and did you like talk to the guard before you saved or something?
I didn't think I did. Open for counter count, so it is an FFC.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, because that's checking a counter value. It's probably 2 courage shards, and then it sets secrets.
Yep. So you would want a different script, which is I mean, actually, is it just doing secrets?
It's just triggering secrets. Yeah, it's literally just secrets.
You can use combo triggers. You don't even need a script. So that's nice.
Well, I'll need to move these off. Put them somewhere else. I'll put them here. It's close. Okay, so you're saying trigger. Well, that would just be a trigger 1. States.
And then I think it's counters items.
Well, but now do I still want it to be counters though? Because it's after.
No, level flags. It's bottom right. It's not a counter. It's counter/items includes the level flags. So the rec flags.
Yeah.
Level flags, not items. That one. Hit the P button. MacGuffin.
Actually says MacGuffin.
Yeah.
I see.
And then hit OK. And then the trig demat level being -1 means the current level, or you can set it to a number for that level.
I think it was 5, right?
It was 5. It also is the current level, though, right? Is this not the dungeon that you're checking it for?
No.
Or was it
when you're in here, you want to make sure you have the Triforce from level 3, which is the other place.
Okay. Then yes. You want to put that number there, and then you want to. That's also not going to do anything on its own. You want to then check require all. Which you only checked one of the checkboxes, the MacGuffin, so you're requiring all one of those things. Require not all would be requiring that you don't have those things. So don't trigger if you have the Triforce. So, like, if you had, like, I don't know, turrets that are shooting at you that stop when you have a certain Triforce or something, then that could be done with that.
So is that it then for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's see.
Assuming no, because you still need to trigger secrets because of the.
Oh, so
the
that would
dude
just be
checking
effects
secrets.
trigger secrets.
Yeah, so. Yeah, the dude is still caring about the secrets.
Okay.
Which actually also then you don't need to use an X state then. You can instead use the secrets triggers this.
Okay, so secrets triggers.
So,
secrets.
under other tab, it's the secrets arrow, bottom right.
Secrets arrow.
And then under the state spawning, you don't need the you can set the X state back to -1 to clear it.
That's good to know. That can allow me to refine some of these.
Yeah, because if you're already using the secrets, you can just use the secrets.
So let's see.
But yeah, level items, and I will note for the record that the level items being usable in the triggers like that is new to 3.0. So that is one of the newer options that you wouldn't have had before when playing with stuff like this. So.
Oh, wait, I need to actually be careful with how I grab this. I don't want to trigger... I was actually able to grab it. My god. It's pain. So hello, sir. You are here. Well... So we made it based on the Triforce, but I guess technically you wouldn't need to talk to him. He's just kind of the player driver, like, here, if you're lost, this is what you do. I guess it doesn't need to be the actual trigger.
Yeah, because the player will first see him when they come out of the dungeon. They'll be like, whoa, he wasn't there before. Let me talk to him.
It also didn't trigger.
What? That's... So, open cheat data. And L items. You have the level 5 Triforce. So hold up. What? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Go back to the combo. L items is not a trigger. It is a condition. You need to set a trigger. The thing that always gets me because I always forget it when a thing happens. So go to other and set always trigger. So now it's going to trigger every frame, but it will fail unless you have the Triforce.
Okay.
Because you were just saying, hey, you trigger when secrets trigger, and only if you have the Triforce. And that doesn't work. Because then it's, whatchamacall? There you go. Yeah, it's the difference between a cause, it's always, sometimes my brain switches to thinking about just causes and effects in the trigger system, but that is not how it works. There are causes, there are effects, and there are conditionals, and the conditionals sometimes look like causes, and it causes confusion when you don't think about that right. Really wish I had a better way to work on that. I feel like the whole UI would need to be, like, rewritten, but then it's like, I could split the causes, the effects, and the conditionals into separate areas, but then you're going to have causes that relate to triggers, like causes related to level items and effects related to, like, because in the level items there's in that same box, the require all and the require not all are conditionals. But the set and the unset are effects, because that's when you trigger this combo, give the player this level item or remove it. So it's like, those are all level item things, so putting all of them in one spot for level items makes sense, but then you lose the clarity of the conditional and the cause and effect all being separate things.
Yeah, those
So yeah,
buildings are
it's just a big
pretty
mess.
tough on, Paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you get an armor upgrade?
After level 3.
So after all this, there's the weird flashing shooters.
Yeah, I need to replace them with actual turret combos. That'd make that a lot nicer.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is up with them flashing, but
It wasn't like that in Demo 4. So 2.55, when my quest was in 2.55, it wasn't happening.
yeah, I don't know why.
But yeah, this is one of the main reasons why my playtesting, I want to actually legitimately play it, because I want to identify, like, these guys are too tough, for instance.
Balancing issues, yeah.
Like, wait,
I mean,
okay,
the candle works well, but
okay, you're doing, what's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good lord. That's a bit much.
I mean, you would have the spin attack by now, but still, yeah.
7 is still insane. So, like, okay, you know what? Let's just go through my soldiers here. So, like, level 1. I do 16. And then difficulty, let's see.
Also, if you can check when you have a moment, the enemy type or the animation type of the shooter enemy. Or it was 4 frame, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we can
4 frames for dirt. Oh.
4 frame border.
It should be just 4 frames, shouldn't it?
Look at your tiles. That one is so what you're doing here is not. One sec, I need to find the right section of code that I was just looking at a minute ago. I go here. So it will face its dir will be 4 directional, facing towards the hero. So what you're basically saying here is, while it's facing up, it is doing the first 4 frames as an animation. While it is facing down, it is doing the second 4 frames as an animation, which those are identical. So it being 4 there is doing nothing.
Yeah.
So just being 4 frame would be the same thing, because you're not actually making use of the 4 dir. So now, okay, if I go to, where was I before then? Because now I need to look at the animation styles. Because here, a 4 frame. Where is 4 frame?
So let's see. So right now, these guys are doing 1 1/5. So 1 1/5 of that.
Is that specifically on a certain difficulty?
Well, I'm on Paladin, yeah. So we look at the very hard damage multiplier, or just multipliers. So I think if I recall correctly, these stack. So you get this, and then you get this. So it'll apply one, and then it'll apply the other. So this being that, and then that. That's kind of. Mooch actually even warned me about that, because this will affect things like spikes. This is exclusively enemies, but this will affect like enemies and spikes.
What's that?
I don't know if spikes should do more damage. Probably not.
Where's this?
I'll make these one. Making an executive decision.
Editor, where's the editor?
Because then when I multiply enemy damage values, I only have to factor this in, and then HP gets 25% more.
Go to the shooter again, and go to the flags tab. No, his flashing is not checked. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, I even looked at that when I noticed it happening on my file.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that was my immediate. How
Oh.
else is the C set changing?
That's also what I was checking. Also, it's worth mentioning they're flashing red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's what I have set for when something is hit. So like, see when I hit these guys? Well, all right. See, they flash red. So it's like they're constantly getting hurt. They're constantly getting hurt or something.
How is so?
And only
how
bombs
is
can kill
the
them,
red
right?
flashy thing work?
Correct. Only bombs, I believe. That's all I mean, it's not, none of the items you have except bombs can hurt them.
Okay.
So they get 75% more health, so 12. Oh my god. Wait, why is this 1.75? I thought I changed. Maybe I reverted that? Oh wait, no, that's damage. I still think 1.5 is a more gentle
Yeah, the
scaling.
health is 1.25 on the
Also,
HP.
I will nerf very easy a little bit.
Also, I will say one thing that would definitely be better for balance in general, though would be a ton more work, would be to not just use multipliers, but instead to like have a function or something that has a switch with all the enemy IDs, and you can tweak the numbers for each enemy for each difficulty.
Oh, that'd be a lot.
It would be a lot of work, but it would be a lot more fine-tunable. Which
I mean, yeah.
it's
I'm
it's a matter of level of polish, and that's definitely something you could do later to rebalance stuff if it comes up as necessary.
That could be like a 1.1 of the
That's
quest.
definitely a later thing.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely just throwing the idea out there because I thought of it. So,
Well, yeah.
Okay. So what
It is a valid idea.
is
Yeah.
happening?
I mean, definitely. Like I said, that's like once the quest is already out and I'm starting to get feedback of people playing it, I'm starting to see people play it, then it's like, okay, maybe I should actually go ahead and do this.
Okay, so when the projectile draws, it just calls enemy draw. It doesn't do anything special. When it animates, it
I'll make it more of a gentle slope now.
anything.
So we'll stick with that.
is
But let's see, so 16. Yeah, okay. And again, this is actually the first time I've really messed with enemies in a very long time.
What are you? Why does your H clock?
Did you set those values or were they already there? Did you set all those values for the stats or were they already there
I set them.
from the
But-
beginning? Oh,
I think the last time I set values to enemies was probably Demo 3, Demo 4. And Demo 4 was also before I changed, like
hunger.
how much health each heart is.
Okay, why the fuck is that? And is that gonna? What is the value of the? Go to the
Is it still the shooter thing?
yeah, the shooter. Is there a value in the editor for it for a minimum range or something somewhere
Where-
in one of the attributes or something?
So minimum range.
Yeah, some sort of shot. Probably look on attributes 1 for a moment. It's shot type 1 shot. Shot attribute 1 and shot attribute 2. Is it either of those somehow? No, because it's just. Huh. Where does that get used? You're using that on stat value. Where are you getting that?
Oh, apparently these can walk over pits. How nice. They don't move.
You have doesn't count as beatable enemy checked, and yet they are killable. Right?
So can walk over pits while
weapon
that
step
would also
speed.
mean-
Weapon step speed?
No, that would be the speed of the weapon.
Mm.
That's I think just a general enemy option that got added. I guess because that's I
Yes,
doubt
some
that
of
would be
this
specific to
some of
the
this I
other-
don't actually remember. Or like, yeah, I don't recall seeing like here's the fake Z stuff you were mentioning would be a thing eventually.
Yes, I
Yeah.
that was me telling you I added it to this. You just need to wait for the update to come out.
Okay, wait. So
Um,
okay. That makes me want to. Okay, so
Yeah, you can fix the VATs now.
peace. So what do I have to do?
Use fake Z instead of real Z.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
And if you have any scripts that are interacting with them and changing their jump or Z values for some reason,
Nope.
those will need changes. But I don't see
I
why you
don't.
would have that. So yeah.
Keese and bats are literally as vanilla as possible. I've touched nothing.
Exactly. So this should they should be hittable from anywhere because they're on the ground and their Z movement is totally fake now. It is like that is fake Z. This was Dee Dee's invention. And it's basically because there was the old QR for enemies really moving the Z axis because otherwise their Z was like faked. But now Dee Dee's added fake Z so enemies can some enemies have a real Z and some enemies have a fake Z for whatever you need to do. Okay, so what the heck is this doing?
And I balanced all the relevant soldiers, I believe, were so let's see, level 1. So they have low health. Like contact damage should be the same for all of them except for the shielded ones, which I'll give 6. Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah.
So 8, he's a bit tougher. Well, actually, I think this should be 6. The halted one is the one that gives you time to react. I'll make that do more damage. And then shielded doesn't matter because he just walks into you with his shield. Okay. So now let's go through the tower with balanced, actually calibrated values. Let's see what happens.
There's also the ones in the
It's not bad.
The encounter situations that plays the Four Swords music. Those are probably the shielded ones, though.
Those are the same ones, yeah. They're just the shielded ones.
So how are those enemies being? They're just placed in the enemy lists, right? So
enemy list and with flag. Yeah, flags to make sure that they spawn there, but they don't need the flags.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the right. There are so many places where things happen. Where do things happen?
Wait, how much did that do? I might make them do slightly more damage.
Yeah, because there's plenty of places to refill health in here.
Yeah, and I could do like 7, so that it's like, so basically these guys will do in between the damage of the halted shooter and the one that is like constantly shooting as he's walking. So I think that's reasonable. Also, wait, let's see how many damage, how many hits until dead.
Regen.
Shoot, I want to keep track of them. Okay, so 1, well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
Negative 15.
it's still a bit much.
Negative.
So let's see.
How much would the spin attack? Because that does double damage, right?
You're just doing.
Yes.
When were these enemies last changed? Because I feel like
2
there
or
was another
3.
bug fixed here that probably broke something, is what it looks like. What is up with this? Source. CC. Guys.cpp. Give me a git blame. Please tell me this file's not too big for the blame to work in the fucking web editor, because I will be so mad.
Okay. So now their HP kind of slopes down.
Okay.
So let's see. You, Mr. Halted. Whoops. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm thinking 4 to 5 hits is kind of the upper limit I'd want for hits to kill, because any more than that, it just becomes tedious work.
Yeah. But
So-
like there's a bunch.
Well, I did that poorly. Okay, let's just walk into him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that one takes 5. Okay, that's reasonable. He's the one that does a little more damage with the arrow. Also, I'm trying to like pay active attention to my surroundings because I'm making like, so you probably already noticed some of the dungeon looks a bit different. Some rooms
Not
were,
too much.
well, it's been subtle changes. Nothing crazy. What did I notice here? I noticed that this, okay, it has the wrong, yeah, it's using these. I don't use those anymore, at least not at the moment. So, oh, that's using it too. Holy crap. Okay. Oh wait, this is using it too. Man, I just completely did not touch. See, I'm using these now. Okay.
Oh, the different slope or whatever.
Different stairs, yeah. I prefer... Oh, maybe I did place it. I just had that on layer 1. Ah.
Sometimes it is hard to tell for me which direction those are actually going.
Well, what I look at is which one has the black on the bottom. In this case, like, that's that one, so then that's that one. The side that has the all black is the base. Think of it that way.
Oh, okay,
At least
that's actually...
Yeah, that's how I'm using it, at least. But what's
a good way to look at it.
The problem is, with these staircases, it's a little hard to tell. It's harder to tell with these than with these. Because, like, it's very obvious that that's the bottom. Whereas this is, like, there's black on all sides. So it's a little harder to tell, which is one of the reasons why I'm moving to this. 7, so I need this one. Okay, so now that's fixed. I thought there was another... Yeah, right here, this one. Well, but that's just doing it... Oh, that's just a place one. Okay, so I could just do that. Perfect. So that's fixed. How am I hitting... Wait, how was I hitting those? I don't remember...
I guess it barely reaches.
I don't remember you ever being able to hit stuff... Like, you could always hit stuff from below like that. I don't remember you being able to do it from any other direction.
Yeah, the point of the sword barely goes through the wall there. You can just tell
Yeah.
a little bit.
But it's weird that it's actually, like, doing something. Okay, so these guys are also 5 hits. 3, 4... Oh, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, I guess 4 is still fine because they're higher level Dark Knots.
Well, the problem I have with those ones specifically being 4 is they're shielded. They're supposed to be the more heavily armored. Why did they take less? Oh, but then they have weaknesses. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so that was rude that you were hitting me while I was standing there.
They are considered Dark Knots, right?
I mean, virtually. If you had the hammer, you could break the shield. So, I mean, what technically defines a Dark Knight? It's just an enemy that's shielded. Also,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, that wasn't right.
looks like a layering problem.
Indeed it is. I, for some reason, put these on layer 3? But what's strange is I don't even... What? Why are they on layer 3? That's absolute nonsense.
Oh, also, again, looking at this, is everything on the floor supposed to be the same color?
Yes.
Okay, the bottom left screen here is everything on it is blue instead of purple. The other 3 screens are all purple.
Okay, well, I want blue.
Okay, then the bottom left one is the only correct screen. If you set 4 instead of 0. Oh, and for the record, you can just shift and then, if you're holding shift and you're click to place combo, it doesn't place the combo, it only places the color.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so if you just hold shift, you can just paint the color.
I didn't even consider the
Whoa.
color on this screen.
Yeah, it flood fills based on the color, it looks like. So it understood the assignment.
Well,
It didn't
so
get
then...
it didn't get the blocks though. Are those on a different layer?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it got all the floor panel. Oh yeah, that did all the floor panels. Nice and blue. There's just the top left screen has some like the top center now.
Oh, like here?
Yeah, those. Okay.
So
and are the pots also supposed to match blue?
Yes.
Okay, then they all are now.
So do you
So
see
yeah, the only
anything
thing
that's
left-
not right?
Just the blocks. All the blocks are purple except on the left 2 screens. Like the center left and the dead center. The blocks are blue. Every other screen.
Oh,
the blocks-
God.
Whoa, that was not the right layer or whatever.
Were you talking about these here?
Those were as well. But you got them. The top now. There's the blocks on the top.
These?
Yeah, those.
Yeah, those and the 3 next to him on the left.
Yeah, the 3 on the left screen as well. Which you didn't. They didn't change.
Are they not on? Oh, okay.
They're on a different layer because they felt like it.
I wasn't very like when I made this dungeon. I was still like establishing.
Oh, and one more block on the top left screen right now. The one right under the torch.
Oh.
Little sneaky one because right on the screen edge, and that was the edge of where you had the arrow before.
So.
And if you go right, that far right screen as well needs all the blocks. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is now an all blue floor.
Better.
Other than if the torches are supposed to match, because those torches look more reddish to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were supposed to or not. Because I don't know what. You might not have had the tile set up for that, so that might be.
Well, which one's more blue?
That is the bluest.
This one is.
Yeah, I'd still think though, like the torch itself is yellow, and like the outline of it feels more greenish in the shade, but then the flame itself is blue.
Yeah, that's I like that.
Yeah, as long as the flame is blue, that's what you want.
Basically, yeah, that's more what you, yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah,
and then
crystals, or should they just still stay brown?
Oh, these
Oh, I didn't even see that out there.
I don't know if there's a blue option. No.
Well, keep going through the C-sets. See if you have up to like C-set 12. Set 7. That's blue.
Oh, there it is.
Would that be safe to use? C-set 7?
Should be.
Oh.
C-set 7 is unless well, go to your quest rules and is it you'll want search and you'll want level specific. I don't know if there's a hyphen. Oh, there is, and it's there. You only have one checked, so your C-set 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 change based on what map you're on.
Yes.
And 6 changes based on getting a new ring that changes the player's color. So 7 should be perfectly fine because you don't have it checked as level specific. It's usually used for enemies, and usually you don't use it for colors of a place because it doesn't change per DMAP, but here you want it to be blue for this place. That is perfectly valid to do. I very often use 7 and 8 for blue and red in my test quests for like chests and stuff.
So does that mean... Because I would like to have as many C-sets available to me at any given point without messing with enemies, items, links, sprites.
Well, so the thing is, here you're using 7. Plenty of your blue enemies probably also use 7. As long as you want it to be blue, that's fine. If you want to edit the colors, then you're going to be editing all your enemies' colors and whatnot. So as long as the blues of that crystal look correct to you colorblind. The blues of the crystal look pretty good to me. As long as like you don't want, because like the top of it is like a tan shine. You could maybe do that to more of a light blue if you were to edit it. But it looks okay as is as well. I don't think it's that bad a difference. And honestly, light blue, I don't know if light blue would look better or worse. So
I guess general rule of thumb. Are there any C-sets that I shouldn't use for, like, level design, overworld design, what have you?
Never use C-set 6 because it will change when you pick up a ring.
So only C-set 6?
The thing then is, currently with your quest rule setup, C-sets 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 change depending on what level you're in. So those you don't want to use for enemies and stuff. You only want to use those for level design. But the things that you use for enemies and stuff, like, it's a one-way problem. The stuff that you use for enemies and stuff, you can use for level design fine. The stuff that's only for level design, you can't use for enemies and stuff. Because, like, imagine if you have an item on your sub-screen that's in C-set 1. then that item is going to look different on your subscreen depending on what level you enter. That's where the problem is.
Oh, and that's why these exist. If I wanted to use these C sets for items, then I would check these.
Not reverse. You need them not to be checked if you want to be able to use them for items. But if you want more colors that can change between levels, you would need to check more of those. Because that's basically what determines how big your level-specific palettes are for each dungeon. The more of those you check, the more rows you get that change for every level, which means more available for you to have different colors in each dungeon, less available for your subscreens and your enemies and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's your trade-off. It is absolute. There is no correct answer. It is just what you need for your design.
Because, like, as you know, I want as many C sets for my overworld as possible so that then everything looks concise while having different palettes. Oh, wait, that's a palette issue. Well, technically, it's the same issue, because then I wouldn't need different palettes if I could just have, like, one palette with 5 C sets that do everything I need.
The more C sets you do for it, the less you have for everything else.
Right. And now all the C sets available
you already have the idea of the palette changing thing, as long as that can be working properly.
It actually is. I did actually want to talk to you about that. I mentioned having issues with that.
I don't know what would have changed.
I don't either. But it's
maybe
not
kind of fixed the bug in it. Just, I don't know. I don't know what would have caused that. I don't know what would have fixed it.
Yeah, because like Soma, you
also,
remember
while we're there, that dungeon, do we want to like look at the other floors or whatnot for colors?
I mean, for the other floors, I think it's fine because like the bottom is just supposed to be more green.
Those all indeed look green to me.
Yep.
Okay, and then the next one would be, that's fine. This one would be red.
That looks pretty red.
The like crystal things in the bottom corners are very blue.
Oh, though. Okay.
Blue with red bases. That is just.
Oh yeah, those.
What about that? Do you think that
that's now red with blue base, which is?
Do you think it looks better?
Yeah, probably. Are those just decorative, or are those like switches or something?
They're switches, but I do plan on replacing them.
Okay, then placeholder, whatever.
Although I'm realizing these spikes are not all the same color. These look more red and these look more blue, right?
Oh my god. This is one of those times where your color blindness works the other way, because I can barely tell that at all. You're seeing more of a difference there than I am.
Whoa.
Maybe those are just more rusted or something.
Yeah, that is such a tiny difference.
But I can actually see it kind of clearly.
Yeah, that's the thing about color blindness, is it doesn't only necessarily work one way. Because I'm pretty sure if it's just the right pair of colors, it can stand out more. And I think that's one of those instances, because I couldn't fucking see that. Or maybe I'm also secretly colorblind in some tiny way and it's barely showing up. Yeah, that's.
Well, the crazy thing about colors is that none of us see colors exactly the same way.
Although there's also the question of how close are you to your screen and how big is your screen in front of you versus how big it is on my looking through the screen share. Because maybe it's bigger in front of you, and that's also why it's more visible.
Yeah,
because of the tiny pixels.
Yeah, I am on
I'm my PC right now.
I am on a 27-inch.
Phone, it would be a lot harder.
I am on a 27-inch, so it's pretty big, and I'm like 2 feet away from it.
Too, but it's just very. Yeah, I mean that sounds like about my setup. I don't actually know the inches on mine.
And this one, I kind of just made like purple.
Oh, also are the shutter doors? That is purple? Yes. Are the shutter doors supposed to match the color?
Ideally, yes. Why were there some here not?
I didn't actually notice on the other ones. Are there even shutter doors here?
I don't think there's any on this particular
one. Up there are on the bottom.
Yeah, let me go down a floor. So let's see. I mean, there's the boss key, boss lock here. That is,
which I can. That is just a standard like yellow. It doesn't. It looks like the walls. It matches the walls.
Well, the walls are fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems okay.
Okay.
And then you have shutters on the left as well, the top left screen. Those are
Yeah.
yellow, matching the walls, which does not match with the other floor, which had blue shutter doors. Which also, to be fair, the purple floor had blue shutter doors. So that's also wrong. So it depends. Do you want them all to be yellow, or do you want them to match the floor theme color?
I think they're kind of part of the wall, so they'd match the walls.
So then all yellow makes sense. So what color is that C set? That is it 2 that Shutter is using? I assume it is because that's what
Yeah,
the
it's
boss
2,
block.
yeah.
So
because the
okay.
shields are also yellow.
So
and
then
they're on the wall.
back to the So
I don't
this
think there
floor,
are
does
any
this one have any?
here. No, I'm not seeing anything here.
No, so it's just the purple floor then, which then had there was all of these are blue. Is it 0? Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did you notice that it like doesn't pull the C set right away? So like, so see that C set 2, right? I'm gonna hit plus, takes me to 3. Didn't take me to 1.
What? Is it not like a
That's been like that. That's been like that since 2.55.
You're just hitting plus once and it's going straight to 3?
I'm just hitting plus once. Yep. That's been like that for a while. I haven't really worried about it because it's just a minor annoyance, but yeah.
What the fuck?
It's been strange, but yeah.
It's dialogue. This is the
It may be minor to you, but it's not minor to a lead dev.
Well, I mean, it's a problem that shouldn't exist. So yeah.
Oh, method plus CSET is using TC set. TC set is
I'm
when the
also
FFC
not
dialogue
loving
is
all the
solved,
blocks
it is
here.
the current. That is.
I'm gonna fix this.
Okay. That is a thing that the dialogue definitely is doing, because it's because if you open the FFC editor for a moment.
Okay.
So now pick a CSET that's not 2. And hit OK. Oh, but it's not modifying it.
What do
It's
you
coded
mean?
as though that would modify the CSET that you're placing in afterward, but it doesn't. So why is this coded this way? This is horrible.
Yeah, so okay, so this was at 3.
Yeah.
This was on 3. I hit minus once and it shot me to 1. Interesting.
TC set is C set, but then you're
That chest
constructing
is
this
blue, by
based
the
on
way.
this. And what are you loading?
What's up?
You're loading this C set. Is FFC.
That chest is blue. Did you want it to be purple too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's because it's sideways, probably.
I don't see a purple. I don't know if there's a purple.
There was not a purple there. So
well, then how about this? There.
That blends in. Blending chest with walls blends in a bit much, in my opinion. I would probably just edit the chest and see if you can make a purple. What C set is the purple in?
For the blocks, it was 2.
2. Okay, so then if you probably want to make a C set 2 chest, basically.
All right.
Well, so you'll need to edit the tile and then just.
So Dodger blue, or no? C set 2. So it'd be
C set 2. So it's then those 2.
So it's I think this.
So if you control and if you control and I think it's control and shift, it would do replace all and not just flood fill. Like replace all matching.
Control shift into that.
Is it control alt then?
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Though I would make that the lighter purple, not the darker purple. So that would be the left one, not because that's the darker one there. So
seeing this one here.
Yeah, so that's that one, and then I would grab the other one and put that on the other. And that's a purple chest.
Nice.
Also, by the way, you don't need different directional chests because you can just rotate the tile in the combo editor.
Oh yeah. Again, it's worth mentioning this was set up ages ago.
Yep. Yep,
But
it's
yeah,
just of note. So now
noted.
you need to
Or
make
how about me
now
trying
you
to
gotta edit
make
the.
an upside down treasure chest from
Oh,
scratch?
did you change the tile that existing combo was using?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just worried if that where's that combo used elsewhere is the question,
Uh,
because that could have changed things in other dungeons to look wrong.
it's used here.
It's used here. Okay, then that does not matter. Cool. Perfect. That is indeed a purple chest. Also, your if you wanted to go for a purple torch, I don't know if there's one readily available or if that would also require editing,
Uh,
because those are
um,
definitely blue torches still.
no,
Nope. I'm guessing it's using the same colors as the chests for,
probably,
so
yeah.
it would need the same type of change.
Yeah. Just gonna do this. I don't know why when I made this dungeon,
You decided to make everything blocks.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Also, do you have auto combos set up for your walls?
Just to a certain degree, yes, I do. But eh.
In a way, the blocks aren't bad. It's just looking at it from this standpoint, it's a little weird.
Well, yeah, and this dungeon's kind of always been a bit of a sore for me in this way. Like, I don't know why I went with this design wise. Hence why I'm changing it now.
Fixing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely love auto combos for moments like this though, because it's just like you can not need to pick all the individual combos to draw.
Mm.
Moosh did great work with those.
Mm. Okay, and then I can just grab this.
Already much better.
Maybe you could put like some purple statues or something up there.
Oh yeah.
Because like the blocks, on the one hand, they're blocks. It's a wall of blocks. It looks like a bland wall of blocks. On the other hand, it's giving you the purple coloring to accent the dungeon, which is nice. That is one of the nice things about the blocks that they're definitely doing in a lot of places.
Mm.
It's just, and like when you have the one like the one block thick line of blocks, I really like that everywhere. It's just when you start placing blocks next to blocks next to blocks, it kind of gets So if you just had like some sort of statue or something, then you could place a few of those decorating the edge of the upper area there to give it the level of purple. Then I
Yeah.
think that would be
Yeah, because it is
good
a
look.
militaristic dungeon, so statues would be fine, I think.
Yeah.
I know there are Darknet statues that could probably work.
Like I could use blocks maybe like here to prevent you from going anywhere
Yeah,
else.
that's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'll need to just remove that. Well, now that might need to be that. Well, I can use my secondary color for that. Or combo. Okay, I think that looks a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more clean.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, this dungeon has seen a lot of changes in this way. This
Yeah.
kind of makes
I
it...
think the on the purple floor, I think the top two screens and the bottom two screens could probably use some corner decorations as well.
You're saying here?
Yeah. The left top one, not as much because it has the pots and it has the blocks there, so that gives it some of the coloring already. But the other three of the top and bottom screens there all are a little shy on color compared to the rest of the floor.
Yeah.
So just like a statue or something, once you get those in like the corners of
Yeah,
the
the
room,
pit screen.
probably just a symmetrical design around all of them could work. Just like one or two in the corner of each room.
All right. Noted. Okay. I'm gonna.
I do like the color themed floors as a thing. It is
Yeah, and how
nice.
it's themed after like the order of your armors or general order: green, blue,
Yeah,
red.
and
Oh,
especially
that's
if it's
true.
meant to be a more militaristic thing, it makes sense as like army rank
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
it
as
does.
mattering of that. And then it also gives you a level of immediate theming because like some places will have colored things for different zones so that you can easily look around and be like, oh, I'm in the green zone. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
And it's just an immediate, oh, I'm here because everything around me is green.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah, that's
technically, I
it.
could even.
That's
Modify
unlit
enemies.
torch. The unlit torch in the center of the
Oh, I didn't change that, did I?
Yep.
Yeah, that's CSET 1. There we go.
Just caught it barely there. It's hard to see on the unlit one because it's only it's the greenish on the bottom. It was instead reddish, and the greenish complements the blue nicely enough to where it works. The reddish just contrasts the blue hard, so it stuck out of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna step away for a second. Be right back.
Alrighty. Oh, this is coming along awesome.
Mhm. It's a little lengthy for a mini dungeon, but it's still pretty well done.
I feel like something got screwed up. That's right. Tempt out that CSET equals CSET. You're already doing that. So why are you doing anything to do? Why does this exist?
Why
You
does any
existed for that only. So I remove you, and then I remove you, and then I remove you, and then I remove. Oh, wait. Why are you doing that and you're not? What is going on here? That just looks buggy. I'm just removing that. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Take this variable. Find all uses of you and screw all of them. Screw you. Change you to boom, 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 boom. Also, is that right? What CSETs can you use? Up to 13? That's still mod. The plus and minus there, we're still using the old number of CSETs. They weren't letting you pick the top two.
Oh, for the CSET thing.
Yeah, you couldn't pick CSET 12 and 13 because it was wrapping at the wrong value.
Another issue with the shooters is that not only are they flashing, but sometimes they won't even be in the same spot every time you come into the room.
Oh yeah, because they're not that that was happening in one of the rooms, but not one of the others. In the other one, they seemed to be spawning in the same spot. I'm confused about that.
Yeah,
But it seemed like they weren't obeying the placement flags properly in the one room. I don't know what's up with that, but shooter
yeah,
combo.
he had enemy flags in the bottom right one, and they were fine.
Oh, I think I do see why they're flashing. By the way, I don't have any clue when that would have changed or why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also, do you want the tiling around the entrance to match the green color? because that entrance
Oh,
tile
yeah,
is
that's
yellow.
true.
What's not? Oh, it's yellow.
Yeah, the entrance, like the bottom, like no, that's green. That is yellow. That's the.
This is yellow.
That's yellow.
Well, it's kind of orangey yellow, but
Orangey, goldy yellow, but that's green that you've got now. Yeah.
Whoops.
No, that was probably fine. You can just shift.
Well, it was changing the walls too.
Oh, well then
It was
you can
doing
shift
that.
it without. You can do it without control to not do all of them. Like the control is
Oh.
what does the flood fill. Shift click
Well-
will just do one.
With that C set, I was doing Alt click and then Control click to get them all because some of them were like duplicates.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so like if you could have done it without the control and just done shift, and it wouldn't have done the walls unless you hovered over the walls. Is what I'm saying.
I see.
Because what it is there's 3 separate key modifiers, and they stack in ways that make logical sense. Alt is dropper tool. It picks things. If you have shift and alt, it picks only the C set. If you don't have shift, it picks the whole combo. Because shift is C set. It makes it do C set things instead of combo things. And then control is flood. It's the paint bucket. So it's just those then combine to where shift and control is paint bucket, the C set. Which is then what you were doing was fill bucketing the C set onto the walls too. But you can do the C set without doing the fill bucket and then just do the tiles you want, basically.
Right. So I might actually want to write it down because it's so far against what I've thought to be true. So based on what you saw, what C sets are all available to me to use for world building, basically? I just want to like clarify that.
For world building, not 6.
Okay, literally just not 6. Okay. Cool.
The big thing to keep in mind is that, like, so for world building in general, not 6. For world building, if you want a combo that you can use in multiple different dungeons and have it change colors appropriately,
Yes.
you need to use the level specific colors then, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9.
Okay, so that's
'Cause
really
those
their. So that's really their only significance is of those C sets is those are level
change the
specific.
palette. Yeah, they change when you change DMAPs or level palettes. Because yours isn't based on DMAPs, it's based on every time you change screens, because it's usually a 4 palette. But yeah, so the palette there changes those C sets only.
I see. I also do feel like some of these screens just have too many enemies. Yeah, like this is a really loaded screen.
Also, do we want to just fix those turrets and make them shooter combos?
Sure, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, so just find a spot to make a shooter combo wherever you like. Pick a nice open spot.
Well, I was gonna try to look for where I have those already existing.
Oh, do you have
Like the tiles for them, the ones that the enemies are using.
Well, are those already existing in your combo pages? Is the thing. Like, do you have a combo of them already?
I actually
wouldn't
don't know.
I wouldn't expect you to, so I wouldn't expect them to be anywhere already for you to find.
Alright. I think here. Yeah, just
Blank
like
fill?
down here.
Just grab a blank spot. And do you know, probably want to check the emulator for what tile page those tiles are on.
Yeah.
It
84.
is 84. Okay, so now we just make a tile. We go to there. We go to page 84. We pick that, and then we 4 frames and whatever speed.
4 frames. Woof. It's flying.
Zero speed is flying.
I think 4 looks good.
Okay, so then you change the type to shooter, and then you click wizard.
Interesting.
I don't know what the normal shooting sound is.
It's a Link to the Past fireball, usually. Whatever that would be.
That is the one I've been hearing.
mean, you can choose whatever. There's Game Boy style ones too.
Well, I like the one that I've been using.
LTCV Zora Fireball, I think, maybe. That sounds right to me. And then not done there yet at all.
Well, I was gonna go out and listen to it and see if that was it.
I might as well test everything at once, and that way you don't need to test like 5 separate things. So Sprite is not a wooden sword, presumably.
Is there a fireball?
Does that mean it would shoot a wooden sword?
It would look like a wooden sword, yeah. And then obviously the weapon probably wants to be an enemy fireball. So that would be E space fireball.
Okay.
And then it's an enemy weapon. You don't need a parent item, and you don't need to assign any weapon script. Do you want it to be unblockable and pierce your shield?
I want only the magic shield and up to block it.
Okay, then that's just normal fireball. And then you want I don't know. Well, all right. So insta shot would mean it will fire as soon as it comes on the screen. Not insta shot means it will wait its cooldown before its first shot.
I like that.
Fireballs don't need to care about rotating sprites because they're fireballs. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
Boss fireball would be the boss. What's the question mark I actually say there? If we consider the boss fireball, I think there's something on the shields that tells whether it blocks boss fireballs or not, or some crap like that.
Because I was gonna say otherwise, that's like a really nice Webster dictionary definition. It is because it is. Yes.
Okay. And then there's a tab number 2.
Yeah.
Which I forget what's. Right. The the damage set speed where it's gonna shoot.
How fast would you say they've been flying?
I think you edited the projectile shooter and it said 175.
Yeah.
And then the rate then, if you set both of those to the same number, it will fire exactly every that many frames. If you set them to different numbers, then it will fire randomly some number of frames between the two. It just picks a random number between the two, and it will wait that many frames. The stop proximity is then like Mario Bullet Bills. If you're that close to it, it stops shooting. Invert proximity checkbox then would make it so it only shoots when you're that close to it instead, which works for like a trap of some sort. And then you presumably want it to be aimed 360 degrees at the player.
Yes.
Yeah. Angle would be like, I want it firing at this exact degree angle always, and it just shoots at that angle. Aimed is at the player. And then you presumably don't want these to be multi-shot because they weren't
that's
before.
shotgun, right?
Yeah, that's like shotgun blast multiple shots. So like if you do multi-shot and shot count 2 and then like a spread of 30, then you get two, you would actually, the funny thing is if you do multi-shot 2 shots with a spread of 30, then if you're standing still, they won't hit you because they will fire such that
on either side
the shots go to either side of you because it's with an even shot count, it does that, which is an actual interesting thing that some enemies in some games do. I think there's a enemy in Hollow Knight or something that does that, and it's annoying. Like it's that type of enemy is usually it's not annoying on its own. So if it's the only thing in the room, it is just fine. But then when you have it with other things, you dodge the other things and you dodge into the bullets. That's always the issue.
So you're a Hollow Knight player too, huh?
Oh yeah, I have I think I radianted almost everything in the Hall of Gods, except for Absolute Radiance, and I don't remember if I ever finished Sly. Sly always gave me trouble.
I've done everything except the bindings on Pantheon 5. And
oh god, yeah, I haven't done a lot of the bindings still. I've done enough bindings. I've definitely not done anything all bindings at once, which is a thing that unlocks a visible marker. So that's fun.
Yes.
All right. Looks good to
It
me.
is an amazing game regardless.
Also, is that the magic? Is that the shield that's supposed to be reflecting those that you have?
That was the mirror shield I had, yeah.
Okay. I would just double check that your shield is like working properly. I would suspect it would be, but eh.
This is purple. This is blue floor, right?
This is blue floor. So
would that
is
be
blue.
4?
That was 6 though. So 4 is also blue. Yes, that works.
So they're functioning because they were made from scratch, right?
What was that?
These are functioning right because they were made from scratch, right?
These are shooter combos. They're not enemies.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I do want them to still be killable by bombs. So bomb boom,
Bomb boom and super bomb boom. Change the combo to the next combo.
and then
Bum boom ba bing.
do that, and then states.
Remember that it's dead forever?
No. Well, no.
Because yeah, it won't have normal enemy respawning after you let go of however many rooms away or whatever, because it's not.
I would
an
just need to
enemy.
remember so many of them. Like I would have to have so many of them,
Yeah.
which I don't want to do. All right, so let's see.
I think it would be fitting if when you destroyed them, they were gone forever because they're not like regular enemies.
Right, they're part of the environment.
But then you would
Living
need to
trap.
remember all of them with their own X states, which is the.
You know, if
Yeah.
we're going the road of using combos, what I kind of want to do. So I don't need all of these.
No, those tiles are useless because
So
they're
ho-
just duplicates.
I kind of like the idea of taking one and like, let's make it damaged. So like I can just like do that. Well, no, that's not what I want. I want to.
Oh, like put cracks in it or something.
Well, I was gonna go along the lines of like this, something like this. So then it just looks like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Because then I could go. Oh shoot! Which? Oh, let's see. Edits.
It's page 84.
84. Okay. And then use this.
Oh. There you go.
So now they actually
No,
look
it's
destroyed.
deactivated basically.
Yeah, violently deactivated.
Also, I would probably make either just the whole or both of those combos solid.
Yeah, that's really cool actually.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like this one should be solid, and then this one should be like that, I guess, or maybe even just the bottom.
Whatever makes sense. Or you could do the whole thing solid still too, and it wouldn't seem that off.
Well, yeah, I don't
Like,
even
it's
know.
still taking up the same space as it was before. It's just the vertical top of it that's busted. So like
Yeah.
taking off the top half of the collision also makes sense. I don't think the like 3-corner made that much sense, but
Yeah,
the bottom half makes sense enough. I was about to say, what are those
Whoops.
flags up there? But those are the enemy placement flags, aren't they?
yep, they are. Which
Indeedy.
I don't need anymore. And of course, I placed them on layer 0.
Yay! Wrong layer syndrome.
Have it so much. Okay, nice. And I like that I can actually see them. Not invisible. All right, so let's I put them like that. So this needs to be green. That's actually kind of crazy now that I get to use all of these layers now.
Isn't it?
It almost makes me want to go through the entire game because there were a lot of situations where I wanted to have a certain C-set, but I thought they weren't allowed. So,
Oh yeah, no, it's just it's the whole. A square is a rectangle. A rectangle is not a square. It's a one-way relation, and if you don't understand that right, it can easily make you misunderstand what you've got available.
Yeah, which... And it also doesn't help I'm already timid when it comes to colors, so it's like I want to be very careful that stuff's not going to work right.
That's extra fair.
Let's actually make the shield at the higher ones. Okay. So now... So we got those, got these.
You gotta love the enemy AI. They're just shooting arrows wherever. They don't care.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're just having a good time.
I assume they have a very low homing.
Yeah, it's not very high.
Yeah, that's how it be.
I don't think I even have turrets on these upper
I
ones.
hate our basic enemy. The thing is, like, all of the way the enemy AI works, because, like, some people have talked about wanting, like, off-grid enemies and stuff, but, like, random rate, halt rate, what do you think those rates are? They're rates per every time it moves a full tile. So, like, the entire way the AI works is based around the grid.
Much better.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Yeah. And those are indeed green on the green floor.
Might need to calibrate those.
That looks a little tight.
I'm not good at passing those either.
Which is
The question is,
shoot. 46.
what combos do you have there in that cycle?
They used to be fine. I don't know why they're not here. Okay, so let's zoom in so we can actually see.
I will be right back, by the way.
So it goes from this to this. Oh, that's doing damage? No.
Yeah, the ones where it's rising and falling are doing damage, so it's only not doing damage when it's completely... Oh, no, because that's cycling back to... Yeah, so it's both of those are doing damage as well. You probably only want the fully up one to do damage.
Yeah. I don't know why I changed.
Personally, I might have split those into even more combos, and then...
yeah, I might do that, actually.
And then, like, not animate that middle bit like that. Generally, in fact, with spike traps, I don't animate the combos at all. I purely will cycle them through the different combos, so I can determine exactly, like, this frame hurts you, this frame doesn't. And that way, it's always very clear and consistent.
Yeah.
Also, when you have multiple things cycling, there's the whole animation syncing up if you use animations, and if you just use single frames, you don't have to deal with that. Given you could also use timer triggers, and then you don't have to... Well, no, you still have to deal with the animation cycling, yeah.
Yeah, now it's much more intuitive.
Indeed.
All right. Also, I just realized a design inconsistency.
Alright, I moved to my phone. Slightly smaller, but
There, now that's consistent. Yeah, it's actually crazy to me that this particular theme is not in that many quests, at least not from my experience.
Yeah, this is FF4, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
A very
it
good...
is so in my head so easily because that is... Like, I will be very clear here. Like, go back to as far back as I remember. As far back as I remember, I believe I was 3, because I don't remember my 3rd birthday, but I do remember my 4th. Family computer. SNES emulator. FF4, FF6, Link to the Past, several others. That was my childhood gaming.
nice. Yeah, Baron Castle is easy to get an earworm.
Yup.
Yep. Let's see this. I didn't realize that those were not symmetrical this whole time. Huh.
Yeah, no, they were non-symmetrical.
Well, they were definitely supposed to be.
Well, now they are.
And technically that doesn't need to be there because this kind of connects. All right. Whoops. Well,
then I would probably make that symmetrical on top then, even if not a button there, I would make the, like, path the same.
Just, like, go there. Yeah.
And, yeah, and then the border around it as well.
Ooh. Clean.
Yeah,
Like it.
nice.
All right. Well, I do actually have to be off now, but...
Maybe you could put, like, a statue or something mirroring where the button is once you have nice new statues to design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, custom statues. Awesome.
Ooh, maybe statue that you can bomb, and there's a secret.
Potentially,
if you
yeah.
got room for more secrets in the dungeon.
Hey, fail reimagining of Awakening. No, I just like the Game Boy style, and I wanted to make a quest, and this is how I decided to do it. But yeah, I'm actually gonna call it here. Thanks for everything with the
Glad to help.
yeah.
A lot was accomplished. It's awesome.
For sure.
Also, look forward to the new subscreen features soonish, because I think that's gonna be coming soon with the both the conditionals for all the widgets and also whatchamacall, the ability, because you know how there's the level items are map, compass, Triforce, boss key, and then the boss has been killed is a level item state. But they're stored as bytes, which are 8 bits, so there's 3 extra bits, which are going to be available as 3 custom level items. And that'll be usable for all sorts of things, like the idea of colored boss keys type thing is an interesting one. The idea of, for Link's Awakening fans, the Stone Beak. And like imagining, because we just showed some of using combo triggers to trigger off of level items directly for the Triforce check there. Do the same thing off of Stone Beak. You have a sign that, like, you could have the owl that's broken, and then if you interact with it, it is a signpost.
You love you too, babe.
And it doesn't. You could definitely do some things with that to make it trigger and change the sign when you have the beak and show you the right message and whatnot.
Yeah. But okay, well,
Good night.
Yep, have a good
It's
night,
been
everyone.
much productive and many good things. I should have that FFC thing with the color fixed. Thank you for reporting that.
Oh yeah, that'll be a
and
nice tedious thing that won't happen anymore.
I will poke at the projectile shooter thing and see what's up with that. I see, because so what is happening, for the record, is it's using its clock variable to. It has a comment that was saying something about using its clock variable for min range, but it's not using that for. It's storing it in the H clock variable. It's not using that for the min range anymore, though. It has a new min range variable. So I'm guessing at some point that was changed. Something went wrong. But the H clock variable that is using and storing its min range value in happens to, be the variable that is the invincibility frames after taking damage. So it's thinking it's always taking damage.
Nice.
That explains why it's red flashing.
Yeah. I don't know why it's always. I'm assuming because I think it's getting a negative value. So I think it is. I don't think that's intended to go negative. So I don't know what it's doing, honestly. I will dig into it when I am able.
Well,
and it's only